5 p.m. Monday evening, and there'll be weekend restrictions eastbound 64 Tucker starting tonight at 7, and one of those lanes will remain closed through 5 p.m. Monday as well. And tonight at 7, they're scheduled to close the Forest Park Parkway west of Kings Highway to take down the pedestrian overpass west of there that was damaged in a recent crash, and that'll last until 6 a.m. Monday.
A very St. Louis story opens in theaters across the country today.
If you focus exactly on loving the life that you're living right now, it's not the life that you think you could have had or should have had. That's the whole deal right there.
That's actor John Corbett portraying the father of St. Louis and John O'Leary, who was terribly burned in an accident as a child and was not expected to live. His unlikely friendship with Jack Buck, played by William H. Macy, helped pull him through. It was filmed in St. Louis, thanks in part to O'Leary and the return of Missouri State Film tax credits. From the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. St. Louis-based Build-A-Bear will be raising prices because of tariffs.
Well, we're going, of course. I mean, the key, though, is how do you raise prices?
Build-A-Bear CEO Sharon Price John spoke with CNN.
So we have licensed products that come in a bundle that are maybe, have more expensive to start with, but they're targeted to an adult. But I'm going to be very focused on keeping that entry-level price point.
Build-A-Bear stocks took a dip this week after hitting a 52-week all-time high last month. The Dow from Stifel's down 578 points to 45,780. We've got a crash on 44 East at Lafayette. We've got emergency vehicles on 70 East at Lake St. Louis. That's got the right two lanes closed there. 70 eastbound at Lake St. Louis.
A couple of quick showers around this morning, but they are on the way out. Nothing much to do to our drought, but that's a little bit of a very weak cool front coming by. So a bit of a changeable sky going through the afternoon. A mix of clouds and sunshine. 78 should do it for the high. Tonight, still some clouds around, 58 degrees. Weekend looks great. Dry, sunny skies Saturday, 81 degrees. Clear skies Saturday night, 55, and Sunday sunny and 84. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We've got sunshine. It is 68 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy friggin' Friday to you. Another gorgeous day out there. I don't know how Dave Murray thinks it's going to get up to 85 this weekend. I think he's on crack.
You heard it here first.
That's a hell of an allegation.
I've been thinking that for a while now.
Yeah. I think he's on crack again.
Is that going to be the opening line?
Yeah.
Dave, when did you stop using crack?
Well, when was his last crack phase?
80s.
That doesn't even count. Everybody was doing it.
Yeah. Shout out to one of our pals. Mel is our contact, our client at Lombardo Homes. Lives up in Michigan, and she just had some hip surgery. So, Mel, we love you. You're the best. Feel better soon.
Mel really is the best.
She really is the best.
She is the sweetest and the funniest.
She's
and just
the coolest.
Cool to hang out with.
Yeah, 100%. Hope you feel better soon. I felt so good coming in today.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
My show prep is prolific.
All right.
I have 2 pages.
2 columns. Wow.
2 pages.
Oh, my goodness.
2 columns. And I got in today, and guess what I figured out? It's all crap.
Huh?
It's all crap. I don't know what kind of mood I was in last night.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Too far in the zone, but everything I wrote down is stupid.
You want to give us a couple of examples?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be the judge of that.
1600s Tudor sex. I was going to tell you all the sexual mores of people in England in the 1600s.
Well, I'm turned on.
But the thing is, I don't remember it now.
Oh, okay. Well,
what were you watching? That
TikTok.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, you ever wonder what sex was like in the 1600s? I'm like, very much.
sure do. Follow.
So I watched the whole thing, and I'm like, no, they're going to eat this up.
I would like to subscribe to your newsletter, sir.
They're always talking about this.
This is always going to be so great on Game
Oh my
OS.
God, just yesterday, Wheeler was saying, I wonder.
Yeah, it's just stupid stuff. There's just nothing good.
Was that the highlight?
It's just the one that jumped out at me. I was going to talk about how I ate tuna every day when I was young. So it's like, what? Where's that going to go?
Delicious. Someone did order a tuna melt at the diner earlier. Did you guys hear it? We were wondering what would happen if someone did. Somebody did. Yeah, okay. I might be in worse shape than you are, even, Dave.
Yeah, I can't look to you to save
The
me.
show
What
is saved.
is
We have the
happening?
tuna meltdown
I
unit.
don't know.
Don't worry, I'll handle this. Everyone just stand back.
Here I come to save the day.
I heard someone ordering tuna melted lunch.
I saw them cooking a bit of a tuna melt, and was it delivered to the customer? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it was.
I love lamp.
Start at the beginning. Tell me the whole story.
Well, it started when I heard her say, 1 tuna melt.
And it just went on from there.
And you could probably come up with the rest in your own minds.
It's pretty funny. That's the funniest thing we'll do all day. I also had this thought. I wrote pre-birth and afterlife because I was thinking, like, I don't know what the afterlife is going to be, but let's say it's just nothing. It's just nothingness. So you don't know that because it's nothing. You're not clocking it, but you're missing the opportunity to be alive, right?
Mhm.
So I was wondering why people get so upset about that, having like this eternity in the afterlife with no cognizance, but then the whole time before you were born, billions of years, you're in the same position.
Because we didn't know what we had then.
I know.
We didn't know what we could have had.
This is why it's bad show prep.
Now that we're born, we're like, hey, this is pretty cool, being aware and
Right.
looking at stuff and watching TV.
Right.
Well, that goes away. I'm going to be like,
Well, maybe not.
wish I could play video games.
You may not be thinking anything. Or you could just be totally happy and all you'll be doing is playing video games.
Don't you think you would eventually get tired of consciousness?
It's a good question.
Because
I
I'm,
wish I'd have wrote that
I'm on
question
the
down.
edge now. Wow.
I welcome that
That's
sleep
just
every night. I'll
because you
tell you
had a
that.
slinger.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, I watched that show, The Good Place, with Kristen Bell. It was on,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
2 years ago.
8 years ago or so. Yeah. And, you know, I have to spoil the whole show.
Oh, who
Make my
cares?
point
It's 8
anyway.
years.
It's been a while.
The whole point is they're in the afterlife and they finally do make it to the good place and they're having a wonderful time. But after a while, people start to get worn out and they just kind of want to be done. Like they just want to be done.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, when they get in their old age, that's kind of a common sentiment of like, yeah, I've had a great life. I'm ready to be done.
And then you wake up again somewhere else.
Yeah, if you wake up again, that might be kind of like, oh, okay, I just got to keep doing this.
Well, happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah, not to sound
Yeah.
too bleak. I'm just saying it could be sweet relief as well.
Yeah.
Just something to consider.
Yeah.
It's all circumstantial.
What do you mean?
Well, it depends on where you like.
True.
He's saying that
How you're
he's be
feeling.
fine being alive forever because he's so
Yeah.
content and happy with life.
Sure. Yeah, but I may not be someday. I might be super sick. Be like, this sucks. I don't want that anymore.
Well, even if you weren't sick, don't you think let's say if you were alive for 5,000
Oh,
years,
man.
you might just be like, I'm kind of over this.
It's a common refrain in like fantasy media that deals with immortality is that eventually,
Vampires get bored.
yeah, vampires, Highlanders or whatever, eventually you just you get tired of it. It wears on you.
I don't know, man.
Our brains were only meant to live for 100 years. Our bodies only meant to live for 100 years.
Well, for a
Start
long
getting
time, it was
past
only
that.
meant to live about 30 years. So now we've keep extending it.
Yeah, we're all depressed. What does that tell you?
What would it be like though to like live? You like seen the last 500 years. So you know everything. You know everything's ever happened. You're probably rich because you've been able to just grow money that whole time. That'd be pretty all right. You'd be living on top of the food chain.
How so?
You'd be
Because you're a vampire?
You'd be well. No, I'm just talking about if you could live.
You're
that
literally
long,
eating
you'd be
everyone
like-
else.
You'd have all the money. You'd know all the stuff because you lived it. You experienced it.
Yeah, but everything you're saying is making me agree with Rach that if I had all of that for 500 years, I would be sick of it.
Man, I don't know. Can't imagine being sick of fun.
I don't know. I just think there's a reason. There's a reason we all die. It happens to everyone. That is the one inevitability you can expect in this life, is that it's going to end. I have to believe that it ends for a reason.
I've read a lot of philosophy that people say that death is what gives life meaning. The fact that it does end.
Yeah. Yeah. Life has there's no urgency. There's no importance. There's no value to your decisions. There's no weight to the decisions you make if there's infinite time.
Well,
to redo them.
It's all theoretical, though, right? Because everybody dies. So we know that. It's like we're operating from that knowledge and from that assumption. So we could have the great philosophers just working backward. Well, we know we're going to die. I guess that gives us meaning. I mean, we don't know what it's like to be alive for 500 years. We don't know. So, and we're never going to know, at least in my opinion, we're never going to know that unless there's a way to transfer your consciousness to a robot like, all the sci-fi shows are talking about now. But like, that's the thing. We're locked in to the end being the end. So we kind of have to rationalize that that's what gives us meaning, because we know it's going to happen. Well, maybe we could just have meaning even if we weren't going to die.
If you could put your consciousness into a robot body and you could put it into an exact replica of your body now or any other you chose, would you just keep being Kevin Wheeler?
Sure, why not? I mean, unless you had to you don't
like your height.
Unless you had to I'd be taller. I'd be like, let's make me about 6'4". That'd be great.
Great big giant Wheeler.
Yeah, wouldn't that be amazing?
Paul Bunyan.
Yeah. No, it just depends on the circumstance. Like if you're like, everybody else around you is dead and it's weird being the same person, or you're trying to hide that you're that person, it'd be different. But otherwise, no, why not just be the same? You gotta have a reason to change that, right?
Yeah.
Because if you change it, then you got to remember it.
What do you got to remember?
You got to remember that, now I'm Francisco instead of Kevin. And you're like, people are going to call your name. You're not going to answer, and it's going to be weird.
Well, no, you'll still be Kevin Wheeler. You'll just look different. You look like Tom Brady.
Oh, I see. So you'll still call yourself the same. You're just going to look different.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind looking like Tom Brady.
I hate that guy.
I wouldn't mind you looking like Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to look like a guy that I don't
like. We'd all be a lot happier.
What if we all look like Tom Brady? What if we all had tuna melts?
I know just the place.
Well, this is the best show's going to get. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to go away somewhere else, I completely understand.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-384-9393. That's 800-384-9393. Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Tell you guys about Neovitin. I think you know about Neovitin if you listen to the show. It is a locally created, made in the U.S., which is important because of the regulations. It's next to many Chinese products, and just because something's from China doesn't mean it's subpar, but it does mean that they don't have regulations. So you hope that it has all the things that it says that it has. With Neovitin, you know that it does. 20 ingredients, vitamins, antioxidants, omega-3 fish oils. I don't like taking big pills. I never have, actually, but the older I get, the the less I like it. And these are very easy to swallow. No problem there. Take 2 pills a day. Cost less than $1 a day. A portion of that, the proceeds of every bottle are going to go to cancer research in honor of our founder, Dr. Ken Ribicki, my doctor and my very good friend going back all those years. If you would like to buy it locally, do it right off the shelves at Schnucks and Deerbergs or online at neobiden.com.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, "Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody." Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back, and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this, everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Hey Dave, it's Tamara, the flavor temptress, and your good friend from Clementine's Ice Cream. I just wanted to say congratulations on 25 years. Not only are you the sexiest man in daytime radio, but you're probably the only man with the best looking feet. Here's to the next 25. Cheers to you, my friend.
Total Information AM, weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS 120. I have a question for you. We all know that your blood is red, but when it is inside your body, what color is it?
Blue.
I thought it was blue or else perhaps black.
Rach?
It's red.
It is red.
No,
But the interesting thing is, it's not a Mandela effect thing. It's just that my generation and Kevin's generation were misinformed.
Yes.
We were told in science class that your blood is blue inside your body. It turns out that's just a trick of the way the light goes through your skin.
Yeah.
And they even had an explanation for it. Do you remember it? It's when it's
you get exposed to
oxygenated.
oxygen. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's oxygen already in your blood.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we were like, my whole generation just misinformed.
Yep. Well, it's just, we learn stuff as we go.
Yeah.
I was just bad at science.
Wonder what else we were misinformed on.
Lots.
Oh, God. Damn near everything. It was a lot.
I've been watching these excerpts of Ken Burns talking about the Revolutionary War, and I'm paying the price because he is amazing at everything he says. I just hang on his every word, but he's being interviewed by Theo Vaughn.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Who I can't stand. And so it's like Ken Burns will talk for 10 minutes about, intelligent things, and Theo Vaughn will vomit something stupid. It's just like, oh, God.
I don't know Ken Burns well, but I'm actually pretty surprised that that's, of all the podcasts you could do.
Oh.
And I mean, whatever about Theo Vaughn, it's just there are more Ken Burns appropriate podcasts to appear on, in my opinion.
Yeah. Just a big audience, though.
He was making the point, Ken Burns was, which I never really thought of in particular, at just how absolutely world-changing the United States was. And for the first time ever, although you could argue about Greece and Rome, that we went from peasants to citizens. And that was like such a big, gigantic, bright line in history.
Yeah, I mean, we were one of the first that didn't have entrenched nobility. I mean, we did kind of because it was rich people, but it wasn't necessarily just you were born into the right family and you have the right land titles and all that stuff. We started off without that, but we kind of built that way, and it's more about money than it is about quote unquote nobility.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you had that class separation in Rome, right?
Mm-hmm.
The plebs, and then the citizens. And then obviously that was all by birth. I'm not as familiar with Greece. Did they have the similar dynamic?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish I did.
Well, and I mean, then we also have the aspect of there are people who were born enslaved in this country who later went on to become citizens.
Yeah.
So that's
He was talking
a
about
complicated part of our history too.
That when the founding fathers said all men are created equal, like they didn't mean that.
No, they did not.
Not even.
They meant all white men were created
and not all white men.
Oh, that's
Like,
true.
it was
That's right.
Pretty much
You're right.
like you had to
landowners
be land.
Yeah. Yep.
Isn't that interesting? Because just by saying all men are created equal, even though you kind of low-key didn't mean it, was just so transformative.
Yeah, I mean, we got some cues on that stuff from the French Revolution, from the Magna Carta being signed. Like the Magna Carta was a big turn.
Yes.
To have a king recognize the rights of individuals was a really big deal.
Didn't take very well.
It did not. It's almost like it was done for show.
Yeah.
It's almost like it was like, hey, all right, we'll make you feel better.
Yeah. What era do you guys romanticize? Like, I romanticize the era before Whitey came for Native Americans. Maybe I'm just seeing Dances with Wolves too many times, but it just seemed like they kind of had it figured out. They didn't have penicillin and,
I mean, they've
get
been
sick, you're going to die.
They were living just fine before, we showed up.
Do we know
that was their biggest problem they ever faced was white people showing up.
They didn't have any of their own conflicts or problems?
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't just peachy, but
no,
we
but
made
what
it
he's
worse.
saying is like the arrival of outsiders to North America signaled the ultimate demise of that way of life. Yeah.
Yeah, they were relatively doing okay before we were like Trail of Tears in them.
Yeah.
I tend to romanticize a time that had plenty of problems, and that's the 1960s. But I love I love Mad Men. Any show or movie that can like really immerse you in that time. I think that's why I enjoyed the Bob Dylan, Timothy Chalamet movie so much, is because they did a pretty good job there. But I like 60s.
Yeah, there's a John Wayne movie where they're oil rig guys. I forget what it's called, but it's set in the 60s. And it's the most 60s movie ever. It's like Austin Powers, but they're not being funny. Like, that's just the way life was. And I watch that once a year just to like immerse myself in that 60s.
What's the name of it?
I can't remember. It's John Wayne. They fight fires. I'm sure you can just Google it and find it. But like, it's just go-go boots and
Hellfighters.
Yeah. Orange furniture and brown carpet and just looks fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure this will shock you guys, but I don't really do that with any generation. But I wish the generation that made the most sense, or the era that made the most sense to me, was 50s and 60s United States. It was the smallest time in our country's history and the smallest gap between the wealthiest and the poorest Americans. The middle class had it best. You had good jobs with pensions. You had this big boom after World War II, and it lasted for a really long time. And it was during that 20-year period where there was a lot more equality and the middle class was king.
It's
and that's what I miss. I miss the fact that regular people actually had the things they needed. Like, one income was good enough for the household, and everybody who had a job had those jobs long periods of time with great benefits, with everything going on. And why we screwed that up, I don't know.
We also had super high taxes.
Yeah, on the rich.
Sort of like Norland.
Yeah.
But everyone had what they needed.
Well,
Everyone
and that's the
seemed
thing.
happy.
So when you look at the time period, it was a great period of growth. It's when the middle class was built. It's basically what the American dream looks like to most people. So why did we go away from that?
It's a good question.
Well, we know why. Because the rich people didn't like it. And they wanted to keep more. And again, I understand their argument. I get it. But there's the practical and there's the ideal. If the ideal is, well, I shouldn't have to give my money up, well, fine. Move somewhere else. You got the wealth. Go do it somewhere else that's going to give you a better deal. But we shouldn't be screwing it up for the 90% of people because 5% of people don't want it that way.
Let me tell you guys about Underdog Fantasy Sports app. I talk about them every day. I would just encourage you because, you can download the app and, start with a couple of bucks, and it's no big whoop. Play when you want to play it. Don't play when you don't want to. I think once you do it, though, you're gonna kind of get hooked. whether it's Major League Baseball playoffs or it's NHL now, MLS about to wrap up, it's still kind of going on. And you just pick out a sport, you pick out a game or two, you pick out a couple, 3 players. Of course, the more players you pick, the more you're gonna win. And you just go higher or lower on statistics, goals scored, interceptions, strikeouts, all that kind of stuff. You can use your knowledge and use your acumen to do well. You can win up to $5,000, which you put down. You only have to put down $1 at any given time. Download the app today with promo code Glover. Score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. Must be 18 and in Missouri. If you're concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms apply. Go to assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/playing at terms_DFS_.html.
Wake up informed. Wake up empowered. Wake up to Total Information AM, your morning must.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey. I'm Megan Lynch.
This is Tom Ackerman. From local news to breaking headlines to weather, traffic, and the stories that matter most, we've got you covered before your first sip of coffee. Expert analysis, bright perspectives from the people you trust. Total Information AM. Your day starts here. Mornings beginning at 5 on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Let's check in with Dave Murray's weather forecast.
A weak little front has lifted across the St. Louis area. That was the reason for a couple of mainly light rain showers, nothing to do with our drought. But any rain we get, I guess, is a benefit. Bit of a changeable sky for the afternoon. Let's call it a mix of clouds and sunshine. 78 for the high. Tonight, still some clouds around, 58. Weekend still looks great. Saturday, sunny and 81. Saturday night, clear skies, 55. And Sunday, sunny. Let's bring it up to about 84. That warmth for October will continue into next week. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Hey, it's Debbie Monterey. If you or someone you know has a home to sell, call Gloria Lou. That's right, Gloria Lou, owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria is here with me now. And when it comes to St. Louis area market conditions, what advice do you have for home sellers in today's market?
Well, most importantly, I understand every seller's situation is different. Some sellers need to sell, and some sellers want to sell. And a lot of my sellers are looking to buy, and they also have a home to sell. My advice in this uncertain market is to get an upfront written guarantee. That way, you know exactly how much you stand to make with your home sale. My guarantee sale offer is simple. I'll sell your home at 100% of market value, or I'll pay you the difference.
Take it from me, Debbie Monterey. Sell with certainty and an upfront written guarantee with Gloria Lou. 314-325-6888. 314-325-6888 or visit gloriahasthebuyers.com. That's gloriahasthebuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-894-7722. That's 800-894-7722. Again, 800-894-7722.
Setting goals for retirement is one thing, but knowing how to achieve those goals is another.
What are your wishes, hopes, and dreams? What's retirement look like for you? Because everybody, that picture is different.
For tips on building a better nest egg, tune into the All Financial Hour with host Steve All, Saturday mornings at 10 or Sunday evenings at 6, right here on KMOX. You can also visit yourmoneymattersstl.com for more details.
Dave Glover, celebrating 25 years.
Congrats to the Dave Glover Show. 25 years of stories, sarcasm, Sasquatch, spirited debates, and more laugh-out-loud moments than listeners can count. Congratulations on the most authentic show in St. Louis radio.
Sponsored by BioBalance Health and BioBalance Skin.
133 DGS on KMOX. Happy Friday to you. It's just going to be kind of a weird, chill show. My show prep sucks.
But it doesn't, though.
We've been having fun.
Yeah, it's been fun so far.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed the conversations.
We've only had fun because of your tuna melt story.
He did save the day with that.
Okay, now.
I know when I'm bested.
All right, now. Okay.
Hey, everyone can relax about autism.
All right.
Okay.
We now know the second cause of autism,
Uh-oh.
according to RFK Jr.
I hope it's not Mountain Dew.
It's circumcision.
I saw this.
Yeah, but did he link that to because they get Tylenol after the thing?
It's still the Tylenol.
Yeah.
Whoa,
and even that
really?
is not.
That's really taking a walk, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also, like
there are no young girls who are autistic. Like what are you talking about? I don't know. I mean, why do we have somebody in there who doesn't know things?
It does feel like it's increasingly feeling more like it should be a doctor in there and not just like a guy who operates on vibes.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
like he's just kind of like
working out in his jeans.
Well, he also said
I'm going to
today,
use a little common sense here on this. And it's like, well, what if we talk to a doctor?
he said something yesterday that was along the lines of, well, it's not proof. We don't have proof that Tylenol does it, but we're doing a study to make the proof. That's not how studies work.
Well,
you're not trying to make a proof. You're not trying to come to a conclusion. You're just seeing where it goes.
You don't make a wild decision and then try to like engineer it so that it ends up being true.
In fact, what you do is you take a theory that you have and you try to prove it wrong.
So he also said there was a cabinet meeting yesterday, apparently, and he said, somebody showed me, just pretend my voice is really bad. Somebody showed me a TikTok video of a pregnant woman at 8 months pregnant, an associate professor at Columbia University. I'm going to pause there for a second. I don't love that we're using TikTok videos as like our smoking gun argument, but whatever. He goes on to say she was saying F Trump and gobbling Tylenol with her baby in her placenta.
Yeah, that doesn't go in there.
I didn't know the baby went in the placenta.
I can't believe I can't believe she would do that with the baby.
So we had Dr. Osborne on the other day, and she referenced the study that was done in Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the way they do healthcare, they have a national healthcare registry. So they were able to track these things in 2.5 million cases, and they did not find cause. They did not see Tylenol causing this. And why is that not our good jumping off point? Why aren't we trying to replicate that or do something that can add to that? Why are we taking something that's much smaller in scale and not as conclusive and certainly not as in-depth and going, nope, this is it?
I think y'all know why. It's because it's stupid season. We're just doing stupid stuff for stupid reasons. And we're all doing our best, right and left, to try to cobble together some sense that it's still normal. But we're just frogs in the boiling water.
Well, it feels like the homework is due and you better cobble something together. And Tylenol was like the closest we could get to completing the assignment. Because look, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I don't have any sort of interest in defending Tylenol. If Tylenol really is causing these issues for people, I would like to know. Like, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like they're proving their point in any way.
You have to provide the proof and evidence at time of claim, not make the claim and then said, we're going to go make the proof.
Yeah.
No, that's not how this works.
Yep.
And did you guys see the letter from the 6 former surgeons general basically saying this guy's not competent? What do you think they know that we don't know or that everybody else does? They know medicine. They understand this. This is their job. This is their livelihood. This is what they've done. And they did it at the highest level. So they're all wrong. They're all partisan. They're all just haters. Or do they just know their stuff and know when they hear someone who doesn't?
In similar medical news, an old Chinese woman was recently hospitalized after swallowing 8 live frogs to treat back pain caused by a herniated disc.
Was that a recommendation from RFK Jr.?
Yeah, did it work?
Doesn't say.
Okay.
I'm guessing not.
Doesn't say. There's a listing for you to buy a Virginia lighthouse for $450,000. I've always been so drawn to lighthouses, but you'll need a boat to get to it and a fairly adventurous spirit. It's in the middle of the Chesapeake Bay, more than 2 miles offshore. Could you do it? Could you live in a lighthouse?
I would.
so.
I like to think so. That's one of my many cozy fantasies.
Yeah.
As I drift off to sleep, is the old lighthouse keeper who's just a bit mad.
Do we have Wi-Fi?
Sure.
Yeah.
Dave, have you seen The Lighthouse with Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson?
Boy, did I.
It's a nice, fun little movie. Isn't
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's quite a rollick.
It's silly.
Yeah, I watched it with Nick, like when it first came out, and we got to the end, we're both like, I don't even know what happened. Like, he's like, I think this. I'm like, no.
I know I saw it. I don't remember anything about it.
Oh, it stands out.
Taking it back a little bit, would you guys eat a live animal?
No.
Because that's in some places that's like a thing that people do. They eat live animals. There's a thing in Korea where they eat live octopus, and my wife is really intrigued by that and wants to try it. And I'm like, that's not happening. You're not doing that.
Yeah,
You're not eating it.
Not doing octopus. I don't know why, because we're the ones that we cook and we're killing them. I don't know why that line is different. But it is.
But it feels different,
But
right?
it's also, if you're doing that,
Of course it's different. They're alive.
It ain't. But also, it ain't cooked. That's as much of the objection to me as the part that they're the eating is the killing, as opposed to killing them first and then cooking them and eating them. It's raw. It's weird. I wouldn't eat like just a raw steak. You just handed me. I'm not eating that.
So that's your bigger complaint?
Well, I mean,
other than that, you could bite into a live cow.
That they didn't fry the frog.
No, I mean, the fact is that everything, all of the animals that we eat, we've killed. We didn't do it.
Right.
I wouldn't want to be the one doing it, but we do. That's not the line. The line is it's not done. It's not, I don't know. I want my food cooked. Sorry.
It's okay.
This live frog isn't even seasoned.
No, it's not even seasoned. You can see it. Yeah, forget it. That's going to go down a path that I don't think any of us want to go down.
I can't eat this live monkey. It's not even seared.
It's a little lemon pepper.
Americans lost 241 million packages to porch pirates this year already. $15.7 billion. Isn't that kind of crazy? Like, I've thought that from the very beginning. Like, mailboxes are weird, right? Like, you put really important stuff in this box that's literally just out there for anyone. And of course, you don't take it because you grow up hearing it's a federal offense. And you don't know what that means, but it scares you. But just, anyone at any point could take anything out of your mailbox. Obviously, take it off your porch.
Is it the same federal law if it's a package from Amazon as opposed to something from the Postal Service? I'm guessing
I don't think Amazon's the same.
That's what I'm saying. I'm guessing packages on your porch are not considered the mail.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know. I feel like we could be doing more about that. I don't know what. I mean, and think about it. That's with a lot of people having ring cams and all that stuff. It just shows you how hard it is to catch people, I guess. Dave's reading.
Yeah, just reading. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Want some fun facts?
Yes.
Nachos are called nachos after their inventor, Ignacio Nacho.
Oh, cool.
He was the host at a Mexican restaurant called the Victory Club. One night in 1943, some U.S. Army wives came in late, but the chef had already left. So Nacho went into the kitchen to throw something together for them, which was essentially nachos as we know them now.
Nice.
It became so popular with the women and other guests, it was eventually put on the menu.
Man, the Victory Club is an incredible name for a restaurant, first of all.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Was it one of those dinner clubs?
Yeah, those look nice, don't they?
That's an interesting. I don't know. I don't know if they look nice or if they look annoying. I can't tell.
I think they look
I've
cool.
seen them depicted, and you're just like, I don't know that would be fun to me.
Yeah.
Too formal.
My next door neighbors, the Opals, Lester and Nola, just an older couple. And they used to go to a supper club called the Plantation, which is now to church, but it's like along 270 North County-ish. And I just thought that was the absolute quintessence of fanciness. Yeah. They'd get dressed up and go to a supper club and watch a show and eat. I was like, wow.
I wouldn't mind going to like a dinner club if I could just wear like jeans and a t-shirt.
You always got rules.
I don't want to
Not going to eat live animals.
Don't want to dress up.
Couple in Florida is facing charges after they left their 16-year-old son by himself on the side of the road and told him to fend for himself. They only left him with some cash and a bag of handguns.
Oh.
Wait, forever? Like, bye, kid?
See ya.
I started on the
that's not
parents'
okay.
side. I was like, what's
Yeah.
the big deal? He's 16. Let him walk home. But then I'm like, well,
Wait, so you're just abandoning your 16-year-old.
the more details I got, the more
Yeah.
troubled I became.
Now you gave the boy one handgun and a sack of money, right? And he's remembering
gave
giving him one money and a sack of handguns and going, "Oh crap, I mixed them up."
I was right there going like, this felt like that first story. Remember the mom that got in trouble for making her kid walk home from school or something?
Yeah. Yes.
It's like I went from that to like, what horrible human beings in like 4 seconds. Details matter. That's what it shows you.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right, nice, soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by its 25-year transferable warranty.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call now for a free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, "Did you just have your house painted?" Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, "No, it's actually Rhino Shield."
877-25rhino.com.
KMOX proudly supports the Musial Awards, returning to Stiefel Theater Saturday, November 22nd. You can be in the audience for this nationally televised event, hosted right here in St. Louis. Named for Stan the Man, the show celebrates the year's greatest moments of sportsmanship and those who embody class and character. Experience the extraordinary moments and people that make the Musial Awards an event like no other. For more information, KMOX.com/events. If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Looking for some iced caffeine, left you in the cold. No one knows why brown water costs as much as liquid gold. Told him your name was Brian, why does this cup say Nicole? But then you found paradise in your cup at the Quick Trip. No regrets to start your day.
This is Debbie Monterey, and if you or a loved one needs some extra assistance to age comfortably and safely at home, look no further than Ever True Anywhere Care. Formerly Lutheran Senior Services, their team walks alongside you every step of your journey. Whether it's navigating a dementia diagnosis or handling end-of-life care and bereavement, they offer world-class caregivers right here in St. Louis. Call 314-597-6498 or visit evertrueanywherecare.org.
Dave Glover Show on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
David.
There you go, Justin. That's for Cecilia and Desmond.
Love those names.
Yeah, me too. Justin says, happy Friday, DGS. My kids, Cecilia and Desmond, wanted to say hello. They always crack up at the David Bigfoot call.
All right, one more time.
David.
Yeah, by the way, we did our Halloween show Tuesday at Amos Village out in Marthasville, out in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by hills. I always want to call them mountains, but they're hills. And Frankie, who that's their new home base from Haunted Souls, said that there are Bigfoot researchers out there in the woods all the time and that they hear things all the time. So I think maybe that's where we're going to go this spring for a Bigfoot hunt.
Yeah, I think it seems like the perfect place.
Yeah.
I watched a couple of people investigating on YouTube, and it was like, ooh, this is fun.
Hey, since you brought up the little road trip we took on, what was that, Tuesday night? How beautiful is the state of Missouri?
Underrated.
It's unbelievable. It's
Completely
so
underrated. I truly forget how gorgeous it is. Like just driving down 44 was amazing. And then when we were getting to the location of the Halloween show, we crossed a river. I don't even know which river we were crossing.
Yeah.
Okay, it was the Missouri River.
Yeah.
And I just looked around and I'm like, this is absolutely gorgeous because the sun was just setting.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was heavenly. The drive out there was unbelievable. Drive back was scary because it was dark and there were trucks running us off the road.
Yeah.
But
It was so peaceful and gorgeous and pastoral.
yeah, leaves are just starting to change a little bit.
Then we pull in there like, this is the bathtub where the lady scalded herself to death. Like right on.
And we said, Wheels, get in there. Come on, man.
Let's go.
Come on now.
This is the crawl space.
Crawl
Kept
space.
the little
Fine.
blind girl.
Come on now, get. We were hitting them with horsetails.
You didn't have to do
Getting
that.
happier.
All you had to do was ask. Yep, I'm in.
So you weren't uncomfortable at all.
No.
You're a freak.
There was
No, you
nothing
can-
going
He
on in
likes
there.
it.
You can hear on the recording, there's no fear in his voice. There's nothing.
So-
There's no.
Okay, let's be real.
Uh-huh.
What would scare you? Not like
Not real
someone
life
with
stuff.
a gun.
You're talking like spooky type stuff.
Yeah, like what if you'd have been with 3 dead bodies in that room?
It's fine. I don't want to be, but it's fine.
And then they woke up and they said, you have to
wanna
eat this
be.
live
Yeah, that
animal.
would be it. If one of them starts talking, yeah, it'd probably scare me.
What if one started blowing wind up your butt?
That would really scare me.
What if one of them said the Wi-Fi's out and we don't know when it's coming back?
Nightmare! Wake me from the nightmare.
And there's MLB is on strike.
Yes. That you want to know my real fear is a work stoppage in baseball. Yeah, that's a real fear. Yeah, like so if I were sitting in the crawl space area,
yeah,
like if I could see, because it wasn't much to see because it was dark in there, and something like flew at me and I could see that it wasn't like rigged or that some human didn't do it, I'd probably go like, all right, that's not great. Or if I saw a ghost face right in front of my face, I'd probably, I don't know what I'd do, but I'd probably be like,
that's it.
I don't know. I've never seen it before. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure that would be jarring if I just saw a ghost face.
What would make you run out of there screaming?
I don't know. Good question. Screaming? Probably nothing. Run out of there really fast? I don't know. Maybe some kind of like feeling like physical contact. The stories where people feel like they got scratched or whatever. That'd probably get me out of there pretty fast.
All right.
I don't think I'd be screaming though. I'm not a screamer.
What? You're so loud.
No, I'm a yeller. I'm not a screamer.
A lot of people don't draw a difference there.
No, because there's the one's the intent and one is involuntary, at least from the way I view it.
Yeah, I'm sure that night the ghosts are like, settle this one down.
Like this guy, get him out of here, man.
Someone give him an exorcism.
He's a little intense, man. Let him go.
Jeez.
He's what the ghosts are scared of.
They're telling
The
me
ghosts are like, I think this building is haunted.
They're telling me to go to the light.
They're like, just stay quiet. He'll leave soon.
That's why they didn't answer me.
Yeah. Then you'd have kept talking.
That's not wrong.
He's in the crawl space.
I would
They're
have
all on the
continued
fourth
a
floor.
conversation. I would have kept the conversation going. And they probably knew that. They're like, this guy will never stop.
Hey, ghost, what's it like being dead?
I didn't ask
I think
that.
you said that.
I did
I
not
think you
ask
did.
that. No, I did not. I did not.
So you like it or like not really?
I did not ask any of that. We have recordings. I did ask if they could tell what color my hair was. I didn't hear anybody say.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah. Well, I just, couldn't think of anything. I'm sitting there. If you could see me, maybe you should be able to tell.
What did you make?
You guys don't think I'm cute, do you? You don't have to tell me, I guess. But if you wanted, we can talk about it.
Do you guys think I'm hot? I should have asked that. That would have been hilarious.
If you were dead and could have sex with me, would you right now?
Damn it. I feel like that was a missed opportunity for humor now.
Dang it.
Yeah, that's what we wanted.
Yeah, that's what we're
What
looking
if
for.
in unison all the
Many
voices
goofs as possible.
Hilarity.
What if all the voices in unison went no?
The Halloween show is real goofy this year.
I'm not that dead.
What did you guys make of when we were talking to the spirit box and the ghost guys would say, finish this sequence, 1, 2, 3, and then it would say 4. What did you make of that?
It was a little weird.
Nothing.
Very scary. I mean, I guess not scary in the sense that it was like bone chilling, but it was eerie in the sense that it made you feel like, it made me feel at least like there were other people there, right?
There was also something else that happened that we're saving for the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. Caught something on video. Well, audio on the video.
Yeah, we had one thing happen.
And one good highlight.
Yeah.
Well, there's more than one, but like one was really stood out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was your reaction too.
Yeah, we all really underreacted to
all like,
that.
all right,
I just
moving
laughed.
on.
Yeah,
Gotta
we were
keep
all
working.
genuinely frightened. We didn't want to give it too much oxygen.
I think I ruined the audio because I was laughing when it happened. It was great though.
Good times. Tell you guys about my friend Tim, the owner of Triton Exteriors. He's a really great guy, like Mike at Michael's Flooring and Mike at Michael's Baths and Skip. I just have a really good group of really good people who want to support me. They don't want my listeners saying bad things about them to me, and they're afraid I'm going to be mad or something like that. If you call Triton with roofing problems, siding, gutters, fences, they're going to get with you the same day. They'll a lot of times get out to see you the same day. And then when they tell you, okay, here's what you need, here's what it's going to cost, here's how long it's going to take, and here's when we can start, you can take that to the bank. They're going to stick to it. Of course, things can happen. Things can go sideways, but they're always going to be honest with you every step of the way. 314-717-1159 or triton-stl.com.
This is Justin Brown with Krenz Financial Group. For over 6 decades, we've helped St. Louis families and businesses plan with purpose and live with confidence. As retirement approaches, one question matters most. How will you replace your paycheck? With decades of experience, we've helped retirees turn uncertainty into clarity through personalized income planning and steady guidance. Our proactive strategies are designed so you can enjoy the retirement you worked your lifetime for, with clarity, confidence, and peace of mind. Your goals, our mission. Start today at kfgadvisors.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Servicing. Member FINRA/SIPC. Prince Financial Group is not a broker-dealer.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hi, I'm Nancy Cartwright. You may know me better as the voice of Bart Simpson.
On Simpsons Declassified, we're diving into the mysteries that keep The Simpsons forever young. Have you ever wondered how The Simpsons regularly predicts future events? Who better to ask than the show's creators, performers, and writers, the celebrity guests? Be sure to follow and listen to Simpsons Declassified wherever you get your podcasts.
Guys, coming up on December 1st, America's #1 sports book is coming to Missouri. That is FanDuel, and of course, the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Just go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to download the app, and you'll finally be able to bet on all your favorite teams and all your favorite sports. And with FanDuel, you got a lot of ways that you can get in on the fun, right? You can be old school, kind of the way that I lean, right? Old school, more like money lines, over-unders, point spreads. Maybe throw some parlays together to help your odds a little bit, even though it's harder to win. It's a better win when you get it. But you also have live betting, so you can be watching a game and pick which player is going to score the next touchdown and just kind of play along for some fun as you're going. So a lot of different ways to do it. I'm a long-time FanDuel user. I've had the FanDuel Sportsbook app for years. Just had to do it in other states. Now I can do it in the comfort of my own home here in Missouri. So you can find out for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Again, FanDuel.com/Missouri to download the app. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and older and present in Missouri to play. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, we've got sunshine. Right now, it is 72 degrees downtown at the Arch. The man who pled guilty to running a red light and killing a mother and daughter from Chicago in St. Louis learns his fate.
21 years. That's how long Monte Henderson will spend in prison for causing a crash that killed a mother and daughter duo from Chicago visiting St. Louis to attend a Drake concert last February. During the victim impact statements, members of the family of the two victims took aim at Henderson for what they perceived as lack of remorse from him.
They had whole lives ahead of them that they were taken away.
Prosecutors also say that Henderson had a rifle in the Jeep with an extended magazine in it and took shots prior to driving. They also said that he was going 74 miles an hour at the time of impact. Outside the Carnahan Courthouse, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
Our top national story from CBS News: an explosion at a munitions plant in Tennessee has left several people dead and missing. Ongoing detonations are keeping rescuers from reaching the site about 60 miles southwest of Nashville. Local officials call it a community tragedy. Sheriff Chris Davis says officers have secured the area.
We do have the scene as secure as possible at this time. You may hear some smaller explosions around the scene, but they are things that we have taken into consideration. We know that it's secure. The scene is secure as far as no more mass explosions or larger explosions.
President Trump says he'll travel to the Middle East next week, part of the victory lap for his role in brokering the ceasefire and hostage exchange deal between Israel and Hamas, widely seen as a first step toward ending the two-year-old conflict. Israel's government formally approved the agreement. Now its military says the ceasefire has begun. CBS News reporter Zach Hudak.
He will leave Sunday and arrive early Monday morning in Israel, where there'll be a ceremony for his arrival at the airport, and then he will head and give a speech to the Israeli legislature. He then heads over to Egypt, where this deal actually came to fruition, and then heads straight back without stopping.
In our go-go world, relaxation may feel like lazy.
Relaxation is not withdrawal, it's active recovery, and it's the most powerful tool we have to finding clarity amidst confusion.
Dr. Nigel Lester, Director of Mental Health at Palm Health, separates rest into sleep, recreation, and relaxation. Relaxation is not scrolling, watching TV, or even reading.
It's an awake but restful state. It's sort of like a bridge between sleep and action.
On this World Mental Health Day, Lester says practice just staring out the window or daydreaming to let your brain truly relax. From the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com, Build-A-Bear CEO Sharon Price John tells CNN that prices will be going up for some of the products because of tariffs.
We're cut and stitch, just to, right. Or plastic molding is a big piece, or even technology, but they're low-end chips. You have to get those component parts from all over the world. Some of the things that it's required for us to create our products are not made in the U.S., and you can't make all your component parts.
Despite tariffs, Build-A-Bear stock has been performing well. Stock price up 60% than it was at the beginning of the year, dipped 20% this week. The Dow from Stifel down 678 points. We've got a crash on 6440 going east at 270. That's got the right lane closed. Traffic signals are out, 141 south at Gravois. The right shoulder is blocked by crews working on that issue.
A weak little front has lifted across the St. Louis area. That was the reason for a couple of mainly light rain showers, nothing to do with our drought. But any rain we get, I guess, is a benefit. Bit of a changeable sky for the afternoon. Let's call it a mix of clouds and sunshine. 78 for the high. Tonight, still some clouds around, 58. Weekend still looks great. Saturday, sunny and 81. Saturday night, clear skies, 55. And Sunday, sunny. Let's bring it up to about 84. That warmth for October will continue into next week. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We've got sunshine. It is 72 degrees right now downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Happy Friday. Few minutes past 2 p.m. Gonna get you to the weekend here. In spite of my terrible show prep, we've been fine.
Doing fine.
It's only been an hour.
Good.
Everything is going well.
Our pal Abby Stahlschmidt, who is an amazing musician, just posted on our stream letting everyone know that she has a concert, Kirkwood Performing Arts Center on October 17th. Only 22 tickets left. Abby's not only an amazing musician, but she's good people. We like her. Not as much as Mark Close liked her, but we like her. What'd you start to say?
I mean, nothing.
You had a look.
Wow.
Yeah, right? We caught her on something.
I didn't see it. I just heard the
Yeah. That's a cute laugh. You didn't put together my project.
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
Uh-huh.
I totally forgot.
Yes, you did.
Well, I'll get on it. There's been a lot going on. There's been things happening. Well, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
All right, fair enough.
It'll be
Rachel, what do you
fun.
got?
For Razor's Edge today, let's do something fun because it's Friday. We'll do some celebrity news here. We're going to start with the Kelseys. We've been talking about them all week because, you know, we've got that song going around about Travis's.
Can't quit singing
I
it.
mean, what would
Travis
you like
is
to call
Kelce.
it?
You can just say it that
he's
way.
little Kelsey, the littlest Kelsey. His sister-in-law, Kylie Kelsey, has a podcast because they all have podcasts. But she said, look, I love the song, but it's a little too much information for me.
Oh,
Fair.
those Kelseys. How hilarious she
How is there any too much information when all you guys do is just put your stuff out there nonstop all day, every day, 24/7?
Do they?
Well, I mean, everybody wants a podcast.
I don't know if that's putting your stuff out there all day, every
Well,
day.
not literally your stuff, but like, you
Well,
know.
in this case, it
Do
is.
we have any right to be mad at them or hate them?
No.
Are they just doing
No.
what we would do?
I think I would be satisfied with my however dozens of millions of dollars and maybe not do a podcast. At
I would
that
like to
point.
think that as well.
But you know,
I think
feel
you're.
like
I
I feel like I'm just pointing out, like, hey, yeah, they all have a podcast. That's a fact. They all have a podcast. Mama Kelsey, Daddy Kelsey, Baby Kelsey. They're all podcasting 24/7.
His
So
penis has a podcast?
Little Kelsey.
That's Daddy
The
Kelsey.
littlest Kelsey is the podcast name.
you know, we're getting a lot of comments about the Odyssey app possibly being down. I have not gotten any emails about this or anything. But if you're having problems, it doesn't seem like you're the only one having problems.
There is a potential outage. Investigations are ongoing.
Okay.
According to this one that I got here.
Maybe I deleted it without opening it. Time to time.
I'm meaner than you guys about the Kelseys.
I mean, you're fine to hate them.
If
I think.
I'm honest, and this doesn't make me look like a good person, makes me look like a bad person because in this way I am. I don't want like the Kelsey parents to feel good about themselves because they're famous doing a podcast. It's like, no, it's awful. Like, you have no business doing this. You're only doing it because your son's famous, and you're only doing it because he's really famous now because he's dating Taylor Swift. I just get, and it couldn't affect me less.
It doesn't affect any of us. However, they are brazenly capitalizing off of the fact that their son is engaged to Taylor Swift. And I don't think it's wrong to point that out I mean, it's the kind of thing where it's like we all see what you're doing, and people are going to notice when you do something like that. It's your right to do it. Go ahead and do it. Lots of people are fine with it, but like, don't get mad at me for noticing what's happening.
Okay, I feel better.
Yeah, I get more irritated with the people that keep offering them this. You wouldn't offer them this if their kids weren't famous football players. So that's not based on their abilities, their talents, their storytelling ability, the uniqueness of their perspective. It's just, oh, yeah, you're loosely related to those two famous football guys. Here, have a podcast.
Yeah.
And we'll promote it for you. Now, think about how many podcasts could do well with that level of promotion and that level of effort from a parent company.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
A good point.
Because there are a lot of really good podcasts out there that and radio shows and TV shows and all that don't get that level of promotion. But if you have the right last name, boy, there you go.
All right, let's talk about the Super Bowl halftime show a little bit. Some are upset.
Which one?
Well, some are upset that Bad Bunny is performing and, he doesn't typically perform in English. So Turning Point USA is going to do their own Super Bowl halftime show, which I mean, good for, again, if they want to do that, like, please do. I don't know who the act is going to be at this point, but before Turning Point had made the announcement that they were going to do this halftime show, House Speaker Mike Johnson said he has a better idea than Bad Bunny for the Super Bowl. He wants Lee Greenwood to perform.
Oh, he's so relevant in the modern world.
Lee Greenwood responded and was like, I am ready to bless the USA. Waiting by the phone.
Yeah, I mean, Al, how about this? How about you make a song in the last 30 years that people know? Then you can do the Super Bowl halftime.
It's so...
I mean, I hate Super Bowl halftime shows. You guys know that. I've complained about it every year. I always do because I hate how it's always tailored to, generally speaking, tailored to the people that don't watch football. And it's like, here, guys, watch us now because it's the biggest show on earth. And I really wish there was a little more fan service for football fans. And they do it occasionally. I have complaints about it. But I think that what they're doing with Turning Point is the best thing. Stop complaining and just do or watch something else. Pretty simple. I mean, if you want to do that, watch the Puppy Bowl. It's there every year.
Yeah,
it's been like 20 years of the Puppy Bowl. There are plenty of things you can do. Or just go do something else at your Super Bowl party instead of watch the halftime show.
To borrow an expression from Dave, it's just so obvious. Right? Like, Lee Greenwood, come on now.
There's, again, if you could have so many great alternative ideas that have actually done something in the last 30 years. Not picking on the guy. The guy's famous. He had a great career, but what's he? Is he selling records right now? Or is he still singing the same song he was singing during the Gulf War?
Well, Dave Hyams brings up a good point. He said, don't beat up on Lee. He didn't ask for that smoke. He's just out there working that hit.
Yeah, but I mean, he's out there going, sure, I'll do it. Like, okay, have some perspective, dude. I mean, the song is still a hit, and it was a big hit in 1992, but it's the same song.
Do you think MAGA and far-right conservatives are really that monolithic?
No.
Like, they all love Lee Greenwood?
No. I mean, I'm sure that song. I mean, that song, it's got meaning for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons, and it's fine. That's nothing wrong with that. But like, what?
Yeah, but there seems to be like a sameness, across that community, like stuff they're into and things they listen to, and maybe it's just like every community has that. And I'm just picking on them.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's all of the complaints. And I don't really care who it is, but if you're ever upset about an entertainment thing, because football's an entertainment thing, just don't watch.
Yeah.
If you don't like that's me. I don't like any of the halftime shows almost ever. You know what I do? I go do something else for the 20, 30 minutes of halftime because I don't care. It's just walk away. It's fine.
So Angel Reese, the WNBA player, has just been named as a runway model for the Victoria's Secret fashion show. And after I learned this news, I did a little digging because I thought they had canceled that back in like 2019 and weren't going to do it anymore. But it turns out they just canceled it for a couple of years. It actually returned to, I believe, Amazon Prime in 2023. So Victoria's Secret is back. And we've got an athlete walking in the show this year. Victoria Beckham, Posh Spice, says, I know I look moody on the outside, but I'm smiling on the inside.
Oh, thank God. I'm glad she cleared that up.
I was so concerned about a thing I didn't know.
She says people viewed her as a miserable cow. So
No, that's fine. I don't think that's over dramatic at all. You should say that. Yeah.
That seems like someone who is like really imprinting their own feelings on other people. I don't think anybody looked at her and thought she's a cow.
Little projection, perhaps.
So earlier this week, I told you guys that LeBron James was making this like big decision announcement, and a lot of people thought he was going to be saying he was retiring.
Part 2.
Yes. Turns out it was just an ad for, I believe, Hennessy. Well, now a Los Angeles Lakers fan is suing LeBron James, alleging that he was duped with the second decision and cost him hundreds of dollars because he basically rushed out and bought some seats to what would have been LeBron's last ever matchup with the Cleveland Cavaliers if he was in fact retiring.
Stupid.
Yeah.
The man,
gotta think that gets thrown out pretty quick, right?
I would think so.
Also, if it's just for a couple $100, aren't you going to pay more in legal fees to make all that happen?
You think,
idiot?
I mean, I think it's pretty self-policing. Like anyone who would actually do that is pretty much of a douche.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just go to the game and have a good time.
Yeah. Or you got fooled.
Yeah. You got fooled. You acted rashly. No one said he was retiring. You made an assumption, acted rashly on it, and you have some nice tickets to a basketball
you
game.
Can still go to a game. Yeah.
Go and have fun or sell the tickets.
One more celebrity news story for you guys. SiriusXM gave Megyn Kelly her own channel. It's called the Megyn Kelly channel. It's taking over channel 111. That's the current home of the Triumph channel on SiriusXM.
What's that?
I don't know.
What if it was all Triumph songs?
Yeah.
I think it might be. No, I think it might be the Insult Comic Dog. I think it's like a comedy channel.
No, they don't
I feel
have
like I saw
those.
that.
Don't really go. Really?
I could be wrong, but my dad had SiriusXM and was very into it because he'd never seen anything
Triumph
like that.
had like Nancy
Okay.
Grace, Dave Ramsey,
Yes.
Glenn Beck.
Yes, I'm seeing that right now. Most of these non-Megyn Kelly shows that are currently airing on Channel 111 are moving to Channel 123 to make room for even more Megyn Kelly, as well as guest speakers, series, and specials.
Remember when Megyn Kelly was super into me?
I do remember that, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
I was not on the show, I don't think.
No, you weren't here. You didn't get to bask in that glow.
Yeah.
It's pretty overt.
You guys were buddies?
Oh.
Okay.
Think she wanted a little more.
Oh.
She gave me a look.
Nice.
That's right.
All right.
I made a little jokey joke.
Yeah.
She gave me that sly little smile.
All right, I get you.
We might have screenshotted it.
You might have.
We might have. It might be my phone background.
Man, I watched Bombshell a couple weeks ago.
Ooh, that's
that
a rough
movie's
watch.
brutal, man.
It was brutal. I watched it on the plane when I was traveling. And speaking of Megyn Kelly, Charlize Theron did such an amazing job as Megyn Kelly. She just like faded into that role. Like I felt like I was watching her. The voice, the look, everything was kind of spot on.
Yeah, that was difficult to watch. Let me tell you guys about my friend John Moriarty at E3 Wealth. E3 was founded back in 2003 with a simple mission to proactively challenge the status quo as to how Americans are educated about money and finance-related decisions. Like I keep saying, if you are an individual who wants some help with their finances or a family, by all means, call John. There's every chance in the world he's going to help you out. But his real specialty is with business owners and entrepreneurs. So if you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, especially if you've done pretty well, and especially like John said when he was in on the show last week, that if you have people around you who are sort of like holding on to your ankles and trying to like, oh, don't do this, don't do that, be very careful about that. Sometimes that's the right approach. Sometimes that's the exact wrong approach. John's a little more aggressive. He's a little more forward thinking. He's all about avoiding taxes and building your wealth. It's just going to be a conversation. He's incredibly cool, just really laid back. We've been good friends now for over 20 years. Reach out to John at the letter E, the number 3, E3wealth.com.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-536-9607. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-536-9607 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-536-9607 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-536-9607.
Hi, this is Charlie Brennan. Did you know that warmer weather can have an impact on people with dry eye and who experience itchy, scratchy eyes? The heat makes tear production more important. Tears are essential for overall eye health and clear vision. Without good tear production, our eyes can become inflamed, irritated, and damaged. And those conditions can sometimes be difficult to reverse. It's important to see the doctors at Ophthalmology Associates if you're experiencing any eye discomfort due to the weather. Call today at 314-966-5000. Make an appointment with doctors Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, and Andrew Royer. They're known as the doctors' doctors because more than 250 local doctors are their patients. In Sullivan, St. Peters, and at their main headquarters, 270 in Manchester. Call 314-966-5000 or online, youridoc.com.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. That's right, weight loss seminar at the Marriott St. Louis West in St. Louis at 11 a.m. Registration 10:30 a.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Registration 1:30 p.m.
The Chris and Amy Show, weekdays starting at 9 on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 220. Happy Friday. Keep clearing my throat today. Coming up at 3 p.m., we have Barry Mendelson in. Barry is a true legend, an OG in sports and entertainment. As a producer, he is producing Spaghetti Wars here in St. Louis, which premieres tomorrow, which George Mahy told us about a few months ago. So he's in town, and we have a mutual friend, my dear friend Vanessa, and he's going to come down and be with us live at 3 p.m.
Very cool.
I think you and Barry should have a lot to talk about.
I mean, good Lord, he started off in sports.
Yeah.
I believe.
Did play-by-play?
Yeah, I mean, he was like, I want to say, it's like his first thing that he was known for was like doing the New York Giants.
Yes.
But I think he did some basketball.
He was
I think
a
he
GM.
did. Yeah. But I think he's done front office. He's done broadcast. He's done like producing. So, yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Let's do DJ's Happy Hour. I will start out with the greatest horror villain of every decade over the last 100 years.
All right.
1920s. Any guesses?
Frankenstein.
Nosferatu.
Oh, yeah.
In the 1930s, it was Bela Lugosi as Dracula.
Yep.
In the 1940s, it was Lon Chaney Jr. as the Wolfman. In the 1950s, Rhoda Pinmark from The Bad Seed.
Don't know that one.
One of the original Evil Kid movies. 1960s, it was Norman Bates from Psycho. 1970s, it was Michael Myers from Halloween.
All right.
1980s, Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street. 1990s, Candyman.
Remember that one?
Candyman's scary.
The 2000s, the Jigsaw Killer from Saw. Never saw a single minute of any one of those.
Yeah, I saw the first one. I think I saw the first two or three. The only one that was decent was the first one.
2010's Annabelle from The Conjuring. And 2020's Art the Clown from the Terrifier movies. I haven't seen any of those.
I haven't either. I hear they're supposed to be terrifying.
I don't like the way he looks.
Art the Clown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else you guys got?
I'm looking at a graphic here showing the U.S. presidents who have won the Nobel Peace Prize. As we know, President Donald Trump was like up for it, but they ended up passing him over. But some of the former presidents who have won are Teddy Roosevelt for his role in bringing an end to the bloody war recently raged between two of the world's greatest powers, Japan and Russia. Woodrow Wilson for his role as founder of the League of Nations. Jimmy Carter for his decades of untiring effort to find peaceful solutions to international conflicts, to advance democracy and human rights, and to promote economic and social development. And then here's what's interesting, Obama. So we were talking about Obama winning the Nobel Peace Prize, I think yesterday, and neither of us could remember why he won. He won for his extraordinary efforts to strengthen international diplomacy and cooperation between peoples, which is pretty vague.
Yeah, it is.
And it turns out that Obama actually did an interview with Stephen Colbert in 2016 and joked like, I actually don't even know what my Nobel Peace Prize was for. So I guess we shouldn't feel too bad about not being able to immediately recall that yesterday.
Yeah. I know it's its own thing, right? The Nobel organization, and it's just a few people in a small group in a small country that decide this. Can we stop maybe picking like currently active and sitting politicians in any country? I mean, like if you are a president, a prime minister, isn't that your job to try to keep things peaceful, to try to keep conflict from happening?
Yeah, but I think it's for if you go like above and beyond in the ability and accomplish something truly remarkable. And that's kind of my question. I'm not being inflammatory. I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any way towards any currently sitting presidents. Why was Trump up for the award?
I guess for the fact, I mean, he says he stopped 8 wars from happening.
Okay.
And then a lot of people are pointing towards the deal that's currently being worked out with Israel.
Which has not happened.
Yes. So I think that's probably
But I think
why
that would
it
be
didn't
the
happen.
one, right? That would be that would be the linchpin to it. I don't know. I know, again, they're their own group. They can do what they want. I'm just always skeptical when you're picking people that are already in these really important spots to do important big things like that. I felt the same kind of way when they gave it to Obama. I was like, why? Like, he's doing his job. That's his job. His job is to try to keep things peaceful.
I mean, are you going to broker peace between Ukraine and Russia?
No, but that's my point. Like, I would like it to be, I don't know, I would like it to be outside the political sphere. But again, I know it's wishful thinking and they're their own group. They can do whatever the hell they want. It's not run by any government.
So who would it be for then?
What?
Like, who would it be for then? Who would get it if not?
As an example,
like, who's in a position to broker peace except for a currently sitting in
as an
working
example,
politician?
someone like Mother Teresa would be an example. A person that is not working on behalf of a government, but that is doing things to make people's lives better, to help people, to promote peace, I mean, it can be a lot of different things. I admit that I may be wrong, but I feel like I get cynical about it because then you start feeling about favoritism, and then you feel like, are we doing this just to get attention? Oh, well, if we give it to one, do we have to give it to another to avoid being awkward? How about we just wait till they're either out of office or we just pick people that are doing things in a different way?
You know the stuff about Mother Teresa being a monster?
I've heard the rumors. I've never seen the details.
Yeah. You can Google it. Pretty crazy.
I think she got the Nobel Peace Prize.
I think she got one, didn't she?
Probably.
Or like a Nelson Mandela or, whatever. And there are, because before he was president. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I just feel like it just becomes a thing then.
Oh, of South Africa. I was like, I don't think Nelson Mandela was ever president.
No, not our president.
That stopped everybody.
Yeah.
Talk about a Mandela effect. You guys remember when Nelson Mandela was U.S. president?
Yeah, the ultimate. Can I go and do this? Am I too early?
You're a little early, but it's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Tell you guys about Michael's Baths. All of us are going to reap the benefits of Mike making a very strange decision 30 years ago. As a contractor, he decided that he no longer really dug doing general construction or kitchens. He really liked doing bathrooms, and he decided to just do that. Well, since then, as you know, it's become a national business in bath fitter and 3-day kitchen and bath and companies like that. Mike goes against them literally every day. He's always sometimes 50% or more. Pardon me, I keep clearing my throat today. I told you about a couple weeks ago when they bid $24,000 on a job. He bid $8,200. That's the kind of differences you're going to see. If you're a disabled veteran, you can get this bathroom remodel for very little or no money out of your pocket through a VA benefit. He does them every week. Call 636-775-0800 or michaelsbaths.com.
Wake up informed. Wake up empowered. Wake up to Total Information AM, your morning must.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey. I'm Megan Lynch.
This is Tom Ackerman. From local news to breaking headlines to weather, traffic, and the stories that matter most, we've got you covered before your first sip of coffee. Expert analysis, bright perspectives from the people you trust. Total Information AM, your day starts here. Mornings beginning at 5 on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
It's easy to feel apprehensive about getting screened for cancer or to just keep putting it off. But Siteman Cancer Center wants to remind you how important it is, especially after the age of 40. And they also want you to know how easy it is to get it done. GetScreenedNow.com has all the information you need on cancers like prostate, breast, colon, lung cancer. You can also find out your risk of disease by answering just a few simple questions. And then you can find one of the hundreds of screening locations in the area. Even if you're a little farther out, there is probably a place near you. You have heard this before, but catching cancer early dramatically increases the odds of a successful treatment, especially with so many cancers showing up earlier in life. So do not be intimidated. Siteman will make the process as simple as possible. GetScreenedNow.com. Do it for your family and friends who count on you. Do it for yourself. Visit GetScreenedNow.com.
Let's check in with Dave Murray's weather forecast.
A weak little front has lifted across the St. Louis area. That was the reason for a couple of mainly light rain showers, nothing to do with our drought. But any rain we get, I guess, is a benefit. Bit of a changeable sky for the afternoon. Let's call it a mix of clouds and sunshine. 78 for the high. Tonight, still some clouds around, 58. Weekend still looks great. Saturday, sunny and 81. Saturday night, clear skies, 55. And Sunday, sunny. Let's bring it up to about 84. That warmth for October will continue into next week. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We started Neovitin because we wanted to create a multivitamin for ourselves. That's why we focus on quality ingredients and formulas with our multivitamins. Neovitin 50 Plus multivitamins are formulated with over 20 vitamins and minerals, along with our 4-ingredient physician-formulated proprietary blend for the highest quality daily nutritional support. Give Neovitin 50 Plus multivitamins a try for yourself. Find them at your local Schnucks, Dierbergs, and online at neovitin.com.
An important message from S&L Coins. S&L Coins pays top dollar for your gold and silver coins, old currency, gold-filled jewelry, scrap gold and silver, silver plating, gold and silver bullion. Get a quote with a call to S&L at 544-3600. S&L Coins, 544-3600. Or visit S&L Coins at 9300 Gravois, just east of McKenzie. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 Saturday. Before you sell, call S&L 544-3600.
Dave Glover, celebrating 25 years.
Hi, Dave. It's Janelle, your favorite influencer movie critic, Holio, wishing you a happy 25th anniversary. I've been a listener since the I Get It days, and now I'm lucky enough to be part of the ever-expanding Glover family. Definite 5 out of 5 stars. Would recommend.
Sponsored by Law Office of Susan L. Ward.
You shouldn't. Don't make him think about you unless.
Our segment with Bernie is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Dicon comfort dealer.
Welcome back, guys. DGS. Happy Friday. Every Friday, we talk to Bernie Miklasz. He joined us now. Hey, Bern.
Good to be with you, Dave and crew. How's everybody?
Everyone's good, man. It's Friday. Everyone's in a good mood. Let's start with baseball. We have a lot of football to talk about, a lot of college football to talk about, and we'll end things with the Blues. But a little bit of Cardinals news. I heard this on, I think, Rush Hour last night, that the Cardinals evidently are having some sort of discussions with Yadier Molina. What do you think?
Well, the seeds were planted on that, quite a while back, and I wouldn't be surprised if he, in fact, joined the coaching staff. Now, I wish I could confirm it and be really confident about it, but I don't. But I know a couple of things. I know that on the last game that both of these guys played as Cardinals, Albert Pujols and Yadier Molina, final game of the playoffs, and the season over, they go into retirement. But the next day, players are gathering their stuff and they're clearing out. And both Albert Pujols and Yadier Molina went into the office of Ali Marmol, and they went in separately. It wasn't like a coordinated thing, at separate times. And both said, listen, we really enjoyed playing for you. You did a heck of a job. I mean, you're a really good young manager, and, you have a chance to be really, really special. And so we love playing for you. And both of these guys said in separate conversations that if he ever had the need, they would be willing to coach for him because they respect him so much. And the thing of it is, there was a caveat with that. The caveat was that, Yadier wasn't going to go coaching right away because his son was a great high school player. He had a chance to get big, full rides at some great baseball programs. So he had to move with his son to the Dallas-Fort Worth area for that. And he sort of poured into his son, and that son became his top priority. Albert Pujols was engaged to be married and planning a big wedding. And he said, hey, I got 2 or 3 jobs. And I also want to spend a lot of time with my wife. And, and then, at some point she knows I'm going to get back into baseball. So it wasn't anything where, either one of them on an imminent basis was going to join the coaching staff, but they just expressed an interest one day they'd like to do it. And Yadier Molina followed through with it. It doesn't mean that Albert doesn't want to do it. It's just, Yadier Molina has followed through with it by being a guest coach this past season, which I thought was significant. It wasn't just a vacation thing just to have a little fun. I mean, Molina's an interesting cat because he's the smartest player I've ever covered, and maybe him and Pujols tied for first, but he still feels like, to be a manager, he's got a lot to learn, and he wants to observe, and he wants to see how managers handle certain things, and also the demands that come with the job. Yeah. And they spend a lot of time talking about those things. I'm talking about Yadi and Ali. So we'll see. I mean, I think there's something to it, but I can't say it'll definitely happen. I think they're trying to make it happen.
It's a really interesting thing too, and from a timing perspective, Bern, having a guy like Molina around when you have a lot of young catching. I mean, you've got young catching now. You've got more young catching. They're going to be relying on young catchers. I mean, that's kind of the play. Could not be a better time to have that dude in the dugout. No doubt.
And I think I listen. Yadi's never talked about this, but I know this for sure. Yadi understands something too. If he wants to manage in the big leagues, he's gonna have to kind of finesse himself a little bit. I mean, there's some concerns about he's such a hard-nosed competitor, and can he control his emotions? Would he be overly intense as a manager? And listen, he knows what he's doing. He's a really smart guy, but I think he also knows, part of the manager is you're projecting an image of the franchise, and you're sort of the face of the franchise. And, I think he knows that teams have to feel good about that. They got to make sure, okay, yeah, he gets it. He's good. He'll be good to go. And I think he wants to work on his media skills, which even though fans will say, oh, nobody cares about the media. Well, actually they do. Because the manager is the number one spokesman for a franchise, and he's got to be really good at handling these questions and making it interesting.
Yeah, and being willing. I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to talk to microphones and cameras 3-4 times a day, and that's not even counting anything extraordinary happening. That's just pregame radio interview. You're going to talk to the whole group pregame, the whole group postgame, and you're doing that every day. And it doesn't mean he can't. It's just, does he want to?
Well, I think he knows he has to, and so if he has to, he'll do it and do it right. And I think he's trying to be more visible for that reason as well.
Let's talk about some football. Let's start out with Mizzou, Alabama.
Listen, I think Mizzou's got a really great chance here, and if I had to put money down, I would put money down on Mizzou. I can give you a kind of a trend angle on this, based on the AP poll rankings system devised by a brilliant guy named Steve Makinen. In games featuring two ranked teams since 2017, the home teams have won straight up 70% of the time and 60% against the spread. So that's the nerd thing. The other thing is I did a deep dive in Sports Info Solution, their database, where you got all kinds of good stuff. All I'll say is this, because nobody wants to hear me read numbers. All I'll say is this: all the things that Ahmad Hardy does well, those are the things Alabama does not do well. Like they're not good against the run. They give up a huge success rate per play on the ground. And I've heard one person after another say, well, Alabama will put 6 in the box. They'll put 7 in the box. They'll slow them down. Long story short, Ahmad Hardy is the best runner in college football, and it's not even close when you stack the box with extra tacklers. There are times where he has had 9 guys in the box this season, and he just runs right through them or runs them over, keeps going. Alabama has been not good away from home defensively with Kalen Moore as their coach. And I'll give you one number. In the 5 games that they've lost away from their home stadium the last 2 years, Alabama's defense gave up an average of 133 yards after contact per game. What does Ahmad Hardy do? Yards after contact. No one's even close to him. He just piles them up.
The thing that I'm curious about, Byron, we can get into this a little bit more later too on Rush Hour. My concern for Mizzou is Ty Simpson and the Alabama receivers and their ability to make big plays, because all of those guys are 15, 18 yards per catch. Obviously, Ryan Williams is a future, top 10 draft pick kind of guy, but they have some depth at that, and they have a lot of big play capability, and that would be my worry if I'm trying to sort through what I think about this matchup.
I agreed. And Mizzou's secondaries had blown coverages against quarterbacks that aren't that spot. Now, the one thing I was looking at on that, though, Mizzou's pass rush has got the number one pressure rate. The number one pressure rate in college football. Powers, okay? Ty Simpson is under pressure a lot. Now, I've read some previews of people say, well, Alabama knows this, and they'll probably do a good job against Mizzou's pass rush. Well, why do we assume that? And they're not a great pass blocking team. They're good, but they're not great.
Right.
So they have the ability to get the pressure on him. Now, it doesn't mean it'll happen. The other thing I'm looking at here, I think Ty Simpson's really good. I think he's maybe bordering on being a little overrated. The more accurate passer is Bo Prabula. I mean, it's a fact. That's not an opinion. It's a fact. The one thing that Bo Prabula doesn't do that Ty Simpson does do, Bo Prabula and Kirby Moore, the offensive coordinator, they thrive on the short passing attack. Quick release, get it out, let the receiver catch it, runs for some yards. Mizzou does not have a downfield passing attack at all. In fact, I think there's a reason for that. I think they've been sitting on that. And I wouldn't be surprised if they open it up a little bit tomorrow. They just don't go downfield that much.
Yeah, you're right.
Burn, let's talk about Illinois, Ohio State.
It's a tough matchup for the Fighting Illini. The key to the game, in my studies, I sounded so pretentious there. I'm sorry. In my studies,
job, man.
In my studies, the one factor I would say, well, here's why Illinois has a chance, right? Their defense is one of the best blitzing defenses in college football. They have an exceptional success rate when they blitz the quarterback. The Ohio State quarterback is brilliant when he goes against the blitz. So the one big advantage they could have to disrupt Ohio State's offense I think it's neutralized because this Julian saying their young quarterback is really, really good at blasting blitzes and making teams pay for doing it. I don't see. Look, as much as I think Luke, pardon me, Altmaier's such a really, really good quarterback. He hadn't played a defense like this, and I think it's just going to be a little tough for Illinois to score points.
Yeah,
a lot of points because you're going to have to score some points to win that game.
Oh yeah, you'll have to score at least 35, I would think.
The key to me is whether they'll cover or not. I would doubt it, but I don't know. I just care about winners and losers, right?
That's how I am too when I look at it. Yeah.
So only one game under our belt. Not a great one for the Blues last night. Any thoughts?
Well, I was going through all the comment sections and stuff online, and from what I understand, the season is over. This defenseman that they got from Montreal, Mayu, he shouldn't be in the league. He should be in the AHL. He's a bust. I can't believe Armstrong fell for this. And I wrote a friend of mine who's a hockey said, y'all got your own Jordan Walker now. He was like, what? And I was making a joke. I said, this dude's played one game in the Blue Note and he's getting killed. And everyone's saying he's a minor leaguer and he's not smart and he's not this and he's not that. I said, okay, you got yourselves your own Jordan Walker. And I was being facetious, of course. Are you surprised that people are overreacting as much as they are? They're making Zachary Bolduc like the next Guy Lafleur.
Yeah.
He scored a couple goals, so he's the Randy Arozarena of the Blues, right?
Yeah, I am a little surprised that they're doing that because last year they were terrible, and then all of a sudden had this amazing second. Let it play out, man. They were the worst team in the league in January when they won the cup. Like game one doesn't tell you anything.
It's one game.
Yeah,
it reminds you. We have that cut of LaRussa, I'm sure somewhere in the bank, where LaRussa couldn't believe a line of questioning like 4 or 5 games into the season. And at one point, whoever it was, he just said, it's the first week of the season.
Yeah.
Why are you all freaking out?
Yeah.
It's the first week of the season, So.
If I remember correctly, it was questions about why they weren't hitting. It was about the offense and struggling.
Right.
And then I think he followed that, Bernie, because we were both there. I think he followed that with, you don't think Albert's going to hit? You don't think this guy's going to hit? We're going to hit.
Right.
It's the first. And that was 2011, right?
I think it's, yeah.
I think it was the first week of 2011. Yeah.
Hey, the Blues have a lot of talent. They're going to be good. Now if this game would have happened on like November the 29th, would people be this negative and hysterical? No, because the best hockey teams in the world will go through a stretch where in 4 or 5 a season, they're terrible, just absolutely terrible. But I think on opening night, everyone's jacked up, and so they have their worst game. Hopefully, that'll be the worst game they play this season.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Burn, tell us about Saliga before we let you go for the weekend.
You got it, and I appreciate it. Saliga Heating and Cooling is a Daikin comfort deal, and they've been taking care of St. Louis since 1927. Been taking care of the Miklas family since what's the year? Whatever 17 years ago that is. Anyway, I'll tell you pretty much the same stuff every day because that's the message that I want to reinforce. Like we have been a Saliga client family for 17 years, and have helped us out of various jams, some minor, some major, some in the middle. But every time it's something, you're worried. It's like, oh my gosh, what am I in for? How much is this going to cost? How soon can they get there? And we have found there's nothing to worry about because Saliga Heating and Cooling, when you've been around since 1927 and your family has continuously owned this business, they've got really high standards that they are determined to uphold. So you're going to get honesty from them. You never have to doubt their integrity. They're not going to try to upsell you, hustle you, talk you into something expensive you don't need. As I mentioned all the time here on KMOX, Saliga Heating and Cooling, in our experience, they're the other way. They always start with the least expensive solution. That's where they start trying to figure out, okay, what can we do here? It gives me such peace of mind knowing I can count on their integrity and their trust. And they're obviously very good with what they do and, their knowledge and their professionalism. Classy when they're into your home. So I think trust is a huge factor when you're choosing something like this, any kind of business, but especially heating and cooling. So you have my hearty recommendation on Saliga Heating and Cooling. for more information and look at the Priority Club online. That'll save you money. It's a maintenance plan. It'll extend the life of your equipment. We've saved a lot of money with the Priority Club. So find out more about that and all the other things I told you about, all the other services they have, and the phone number, just going right to SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. Thank you.
Red Kingdom is back at FanDuel Sports Network Live in Ballpark Village. See every game on the largest screen in town. Don't forget about the $25 buckets, $5 cocktails, and the best tailgate food around. Grab your friends along with Kingdom OX and huddle up for the games at the best watch party in town. If you can't make it, but don't want to miss it down, listen to the Chiefs on Kingdom OX or Kingdom OX on the Odyssey app. For more info, kingdomox.com/events.
Hey, Dave, this is Susan L. Ward, and my law firm and I want to wish you congratulations on your 25 years with the show. I am really, really glad that you left family law practice to me, and here's to 25 more for you on radio.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
So as you guys know, I have a personal relationship with Bethesda, especially Bethesda Dilworth, which is where my mom was for 4 months before she passed away. And then, you know, the story about me becoming involved with No One Dies Alone through her death and adding all these volunteers. It's been just a very wonderful, happy story. And then they reached out to me to see if I would tell all of you about 7 of their properties that are not skilled nursing like my mom was in. It's not assisted living like they also have. These are just apartments for older people gauged towards you. They're all beautiful and just, I can't say enough good things. Like, I'm at the age that I remember going to a quote unquote nursing home to visit my grandma, and it was just awful. And we've all done that. And we all talk about, oh, if this ever happens to me. We're not talking about that. We're talking about beautiful apartments, living independently, living vibrantly. Let me tell you in particular about Village North Retirement Community, one of the hidden gems in Florissant. Village North offers each resident a unique balance of independence with scheduled activities and social gatherings, more than 100 apartments with a variety of floor plans, 45 sprawling acres with a lake, walking paths, and a waterside gazebo. If you're interested in Village North, call 314-355-8010. If you're interested in general, go to BethesdaHealth.org. Welcome back, DGS 251. How about some fast food news?
Well, we have some breaking news in the fast food sphere. Long John Silver's is rebranding with chicken front and center. And when I say front and center, I mean they replaced the fish in the logo with a chicken.
What the hell's happening right now?
Look at Dave's face.
What's happening right
This
now?
is some
feels
IHOM.
like IHOP. Yeah, that's what that
This
feels
is
like.
some, which is the worst thing.
They're also doing a chicken and seafood tagline right below the logo. Yeah, I mean, I thought maybe I had seen a fake story too, but I checked several sources and they are pivoting to chicken and seafood rather than just the fish place.
Yeah, that's a Hail Mary.
Also, you're named after a pirate.
Right.
What do pirates have to do with chicken? Although their chicken's good. Not going to lie. It's pretty good.
Pirates probably ate chicken.
I'm a Captain D's guy.
Are you?
Yeah.
I don't mind the silver, but
I mean, the chicken and the fish are almost identical.
I'll tell you where the
they
chicken.
taste a lot alike.
I'll tell you where the chicken's not so good. Cantonese.
Really?
I don't think their chicken's all that good.
Well, as long as they're good at the fish, who cares?
I like this. I like the scrimps.
Did you guys
from
talk
the
about
captain.
this while I was on vacation? Pumpkin cheesecake is returning to Olive Garden for fall.
No.
That's all we talked about.
We did that for 2 days.
Yeah.
Let's see. Arby's has introduced steak nuggets nationwide. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's basically just some little steak chunks that you can get.
They've had those in the past, I think, right?
Well, they tested them in several
okay.
markets in the past, and now it's rolling out nationwide. Again, I always see these things on Reddit. I've seen a lot of complainents about the steak nuggets.
It's hard to do
Just saying they
those
look
well.
bad, they don't taste
Yeah.
great, but obviously they did well enough in these test markets
Yeah.
to where they're rolling it out for everyone.
I think
You know,
if you
Nick-
have a good store that's run well, you'll probably get good ones.
Yeah.
But a lot of time, I mean, we see that where the food quality will be just based on each individual location at any fast food place.
You know what I did last night? 'Cause I'm a nice guy.
What'd you do?
Sent a big honking piece of cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory to both Nick and Bree.
Oh,
That's nice.
nice. What kind?
I got an Oreo and then a raspberry truffle chocolate.
Oh,
And it seemed to have worked out perfectly.
very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
Awesome.
Then I tried to send myself White Castle, but I still had their address on my DoorDash.
Oh, you sent them
So
that
You also
too?
sent them White Castle.
They walked
Oh.
out this morning and found White Castle.
Oh.
Okay, here's a good deal for you guys. Wendy's has launched a new $8 junior bacon cheeseburger meal deal. You get 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers, a medium natural cut fry, and a medium soft drink for $8. In 2025, that's a pretty darn
I'll tell
good
ya.
deal.
Wendy's fries are good, man.
I love Wendy's fries, dude.
They're very good.
They might be my favorite fries. Always good.
Yep.
Panda Express is introducing a new crispy sesame shrimp and beef. So it's like a
Mm.
surf and turf situation.
I never feel worse than when I eat Panda Express.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Is it because you eat it all?
Oh.
Because I do that sometimes. Like, oh, that was too much.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what's really good though? Is that walnut honey glazed shrimp thing?
Uh.
God, that's so good. It's extra though. You gotta pay extra to get that.
Not a big giant. I need to see my scrimps prepared.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit
Oh.
like raging milk.
Man, the honey walnut. Oh, that's so good.
One more story for you guys. Applebee's has a 2 for $25 menu deal, which we all know about, of course, but they have welcomed a new grilled cheese cheeseburger to the menu and a chicken parmesan fettuccine.
Ooh, kind of like that.
Wouldn't every cheeseburger be a grilled cheese?
Kind of.
No.
I mean, it depends. It's probably on toast, right? Not on a bun.
Yeah, let's see.
So I
the
think that's
exact-
what the difference. That
So
and-
it's a juicy all beef patty layered with 4 slices of melted American cheese and
There
a
you go.
tangy
Patty melt?
bacon sauce.
kind of.
Toasted potato bread. I think the
Ooh,
thing that
potato
makes it the
bread.
grilled cheese, Andrew, is the toasting
I
aspect.
like
Potato
how
bread.
I like how suspicious we all are of this.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now I want one.
Rhino Shield is far superior to even the best traditional exterior house paint. Rhino Shield is 8 to 10 times thicker than paint and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty. Rhino Shield is the only ceramic coating company that has been chosen by Disney, This Old House, and 3 times on HGTV's Curb Appeal, where every episode is concentrated on unpainted brick, bonds and seals to stucco, wood, hardy, block, color lock, masonite, and more. No better product for those steel aluminum-sided homes that have become, chalky and tired looking. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. After 15 years, we've got a great reputation and a superior product. As long as it's affordable, why wouldn't you do it? Before you make the costly mistake of painting with traditional paint, you'd be best served to call Rhino Shield today. We are the experts and our evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
All right, guys, December 1st is the day. America's #1 sports book coming to Missouri. That is FanDuel, and you'll finally be able to have fun, bet on all your favorite teams, all your favorite sports, and do it the way that you want to. It's probably my favorite part about the FanDuel Sportsbook app. You just have a lot of ways to have fun, right? You can do the old school, right? You can bet on the money lines, over-unders, point spreads, maybe tie a couple of those together here and there with parlays, but be careful with the parlays. You just got to do it smart, right? Because you get the big payoff if you can get it right, but it's hard to get 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 games right all the time. But it's fun. It's fun looking at how you can make all this work. And you can also do the live betting, which means you can be sitting there watching a game on a Saturday, a Sunday, on a really any day or night of the week. And you think, all right, I'm watching this ball game. I think this guy's going to hit a home run, or I think this is going to be the next hit that comes up. I'm watching a football game. Oh, I think I know who's going to score the next touchdown. You can play along with the FanDuel Sportsbook app. And I've been with FanDuel for a long time. I started when they started up with daily fantasy. I downloaded the FanDuel Sportsbook app as soon as it came out. I couldn't play it here in Missouri, but I could do it when I was in Illinois or in Michigan visiting family or traveling for coaching stuff. It's fantastic. I love it. It's easy, just as easy to get money out as it is to put money in, which is a big draw to me. So you can find out for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook by going to FanDuel.com/Missouri. You can download the app right there. So FanDuel is where you get to play your game. 21 and older and present in Missouri to play. If you have a gaming problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
Get this, 42% of baby boomers don't even know how much money they have in their nest egg. If you're not sure where you stand in terms of getting ready for retirement, you should be listening to the All Financial Hour with Steve All.
Let's sit down and talk about your questions, because I think that's the most important thing that it is out there. It's what questions do you have?
Saturday mornings at 10 or Sunday evenings at 6, right here on KMOX.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Mid-America's most trusted voice for news. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, we've got sunshine. Right now, it is 74 degrees downtown at the Arch. A St. Louis man has been sentenced for killing a mother and daughter outside of a Drake concert in downtown. Let's go live to the newsroom for the latest from KMOX's Sean Malone. Well, citing the new federal charges against him, Missouri's Attorney General says Sheriff Alfred Montgomery can't do his job while on house arrest. Catherine Hanaway says the people of St. Louis deserve leadership worthy of their trust. A federal judge ordered Montgomery to home confinement yesterday after he was charged with 4 felony counts of witness retaliation and 1 of witness tampering. On Hanaway's separate request, Judge Stephen Omer this afternoon was vehement that he wouldn't remove Montgomery before a trial. An explosion at a munitions plant in Tennessee has left several people dead and missing. Ongoing detonations are keeping rescuers from reaching the site about 60 miles southwest of Nashville. Local officials call it a community tragedy. Sheriff Chris Davis says his officers are mounting a full investigation.
We can confirm that we do have some that are deceased, but we're going to go back, notify these families, and let these families know what's going on.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton spoke with CBS News and gives her take on the peace deal between Israel and Hamas, says with this agreement, real government change not only needs to happen for the Palestinian people, but for Israel too.
The Netanyahu government needs to seize this moment and make some of its own reforms. We have to build a new transitional authority for the Palestinians, but the Israeli government also has to make some hard decisions in order to take advantage of this, change in circumstances.
Former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice also spoke with CBS about this.
Right at this moment, the Trump administration deserves a lot of credit for the broad-based support that this 20-point plan has.
Construction work is closing roads around St. Louis.
Well, we've got a couple of weekend closures in the city. As a matter of fact, one of them already closed. Tucker closed this morning at 9 a.m. under 64, and that'll be closed till 5 p.m. Monday. And as a matter of fact, tonight at 7 p.m., they're going to close lanes eastbound 64 at Tucker, and one of those will remain closed through 5 p.m. Monday as well. And tonight at 7, they're going to close the Forest Park Parkway west of Kings Highway to take down a pedestrian overpass damaged in a recent crash, and that'll last until 6 a.m. Monday. Roger Brand, KMOX News.
From the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krantz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. A true St. Louis movie opens nationwide today.
The most powerful weapon on earth is the human soul on fire.
Soul on Fire, filmed in St. Louis on location, is the story of John O'Leary, whose unlikely friendship with Jack Buck helped him survive being severely burned in a fire. The red carpet premiere last week was held at Powell Hall. Let's take you to Stiefel now for an update of the St. Louis Business Index. Here is Scott Link. Scott.
Good afternoon, Michael. President Trump's threat of higher tariffs on China led markets lower to close out the week, with the Dow Jones falling 878 points to 45,479. The S&P 500 was off 182 points to 6,552. The NASDAQ dropped 820 points to 22,204. And the Bloomberg St. Louis Index was off 31 points to 1,564. For stocks of local interest, the leading stocks today were Build-A-Bear Workshop up 59 cents to $59.95, and Post Holdings rose $2.07 to $108.10, and the leading decliners were Claire's down $1.41 to $11.86. Centene dropped $2.09 to $35.74, and finally, Stifel Financial was off $4.29 to $107.06. This has been Scott Link, Senior Vice President of Investments at Stifel, member SIPC, the New York Stock Exchange. For more information on Stifel, please visit our website at stifel.com.
A couple of quick showers around this morning, but they are on the way out. Nothing much to do to our drought, but that's a little bit of a very weak cool front coming by. So a bit of a changeable sky going through the afternoon. A mix of clouds and sunshine. 78 should do it for the high. Tonight, still some clouds around, 58 degrees. Weekend looks great. Dry, sunny skies Saturday, 81 degrees. Clear skies Saturday night, 55, and Sunday sunny and 84. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We've got sunshine right now. It's 74 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 1041 FM KMOX. Happy Friday to everybody. Super excited for my next set of guests. So I have a really dear girlfriend of mine, Vanessa, who is doing a project with a very famous producer. And I'm like, oh, really? Tell me about it. And we're having lunch. He's like, it's a guy named Barry Mendelsohn. You ever heard of him? I'm like, he's got the same name as a really famous producer, Barry Mendelsohn. She's like, no, that's the guy. And I'm like, shut up. That's crazy. And Barry's in town because he is producing Spaghetti Wars, which George Mahy told us about a few months ago. And he was super excited about it. And the premiere's tomorrow. And he's in studio with us. Barry, such a pleasure to meet you.
Dave, you're a good man. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Appreciate being here. And this is an emotional journey for me.
Tell us about this.
Well, I grew up in a place called Rochester, New York, in Western New York. And for 31 years, we were a AAA farm club of the St. Louis Cardinals. And in 1955, when I was a mere pup, the Cardinals came to KMOX. And Jack Buck and Joe Garagiola and Harry Carey were the broadcast team. And I could get KMOX clear as a bell in my bedroom. And I'm an 11-year-old kid, and I get addicted to Jack Buck in particular. And I say, that's what I want to do.
Wow.
And I knew at that age what I wanted to do. And my mom, I said this repeatedly, would knock on my door, in the bedroom door she opened, and say, honey, it's time to go to bed. And I never listened to her because I never went to bed.
Yeah.
The Cardinals weren't any good. That was the problem at that time.
Ah.
I think they had one winning season in the late 50s, 57 or something. And of course, that's when the World Series, there were no playoffs then.
Yeah.
It was just two teams with the World Series.
Yeah.
But what I got, and I went to a lot of Red Wing games, was the pleasure of seeing a lot of Cardinals come through Rochester. So in 54, I saw the Rookie of the Year for the Cardinals, a guy named Wally Moon. In 55, I saw Bill Verdon, who was also the Rookie of the Year. And I got to see a lot of great Cardinal players.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't any expansion. So they all came up through that. And there were two AAA teams. Every major league team had two AAA farm clubs, but Rochester was there for 31 years. So and the team was called the Red Wings, and their colors were red too, much like the Cardinals. So at that point in my life, laying there in bed at 9:30 at night, I said, I want to be Jack Buck.
You know what I love about that, Barry? The same thing happened to Kevin Wheeler in Michigan.
Yeah. I grew up in Detroit, so I'd be listening to
Ernie Harwell.
I grew up listening to Ernie Harwell and Paul Carey, but when that was over, it wasn't enough for me. And I found out there's this place, 1120, where I could listen to another hour and a half of Cardinals games. So I got to hear Jack Buck and Harry Carey and Mike Shannon for all those years. Right. It's almost you're sitting here telling the story. It's almost the exact same story.
Yeah,
except you actually got to call professional games, and I haven't yet.
I was fortunate to do the Jets and the Giants, but I don't think there's a funnier guy than Jack Buck. I love announcers and I can identify with announcers, but Jack Buck had a better sense of humor and a dry sense of humor, Dave, than anybody that I ever heard on radio. Yeah. So that started my broadcast career in my bedroom in Rochester, New York.
I love it.
And so I feel very emotional being at KMOX today in the studio.
Yeah.
Because who knew, right?
Yeah.
So
that's very cool.
Anyways, it's a delight to be here.
Really is full circle. Introduce us to your friends here, Barry.
Yeah, I'm blessed to have to my right the director of Spaghetti Wars, a gentleman I've been with a long time, Mr. King Hollis. And we've done a lot of television together and never missed an opportunity together. And to my left, and I'm blessed to have our lawyer and partner here in St. Louis,
Detroit,
Pete Salsich. And so I'm delighted to be with these guys. And much of my success, if we have it, is based on these two gentlemen that are bookending me. So I'm a lucky guy.
Yeah.
And I've always said I'm a lucky guy.
King, you were just talking about half of what Barry says sounds made up, right? Like he's just done everything.
So I call Barry the Forrest Gump of entertainment. He is literally a historical figure in sports and entertainment. And, shameless plug, we are working on some stuff regarding his story. But it's I argue he has the most compelling and remarkable story in entertainment. One of the top amazing stories in the history of entertainment sports. And you cannot believe his journey.
Yeah.
And I've been with him for 18 years and I still scratch my head.
You know what I love about your story, Barry? I'm a big Beatles fan and I'm a musician. And what I love about the Beatles is that they were making it up. No one had done it before. No one had done a 4 on the floor beat. They were making it up. And you guys were making it up.
Yeah,
back in the 50s.
We made everything up.
Yeah.
And so nowadays, when you're running a basketball team or a baseball team, there's a 500-page book of how to do things. We had no book. I didn't want a book. I just wanted to do it our way. We knew we were in the entertainment business. We had to entertain people, and we did that. That's exactly right, Dave.
Yeah.
And by the way, you being a musician, that's all I meet in this town are musicians. Pete is a musician.
Yeah. There's a lot of us in St. Louis.
That's why he's our lawyer, by the way, because he's a musician. No, he's very smart. But
yeah.
I'm not to say musicians aren't smart, but anyway, and I had a great pleasure of promoting Paul McCartney, so he was a great guy. Very terrific guy.
So Vanessa told me you have to tell your story about Mick Jagger.
Well,
which one?
Which show and which one? But we set a record of 87,500 people on December 4th, 1981. Pete was at that show as a student at Loyola University.
As a freshman.
Wow.
And he was on the floor. There were 40,000 people on the floor. And I gave him a picture of the people on the floor. And the caption was, "Can you find yourself?" But anyway, what he remembers is it was very warm in the building and we hosed everybody down. So he remembers being hosed down, and I take responsibility for that.
Right between the 20 minutes between George Thorogood and the Stones coming on.
But,
fire hoses out from the stage and hit the floor. It was
one of the
else.
requirements that they had was that I provide a basketball court backstage because Mick could play basketball. His dad was a basketball coach in England, in London. And so I played one-on-one, and he kicked my, I can't say the word. I can't say kick my ass.
Of course you can. You're Barry friggin' Mendelsohn.
But wait a minute, Dave, I was a promoter, so I really thought I knew better than try beat him.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't beat him anyway. I had, the disease. It was called slow. And so he kicked my ass, but we had a good time. And I put the court down behind the stage, right behind the stage. So they constantly were playing basketball.
Yeah.
So we were very fortunate. We set a world record of attendance at that time of 87,500 people.
Guinness Book of World Records.
Uh-huh.
Guinness.
Yeah. And so it's still, it's one of the great experiences of my life, along with my sports career. But I've always considered sports to be entertainment anyway. So it's just an extension of, whatever I've done in my career has been always in the entertainment field. I always say that.
Yeah.
And it's been proven out. And so, that's my Mick Jagger story.
Yeah.
He kicked my ass and one-on-one. And believe it, listen, I'm 5'7". He was shorter than me. Wow. But he was fast.
Yeah.
There's something to be said for speed.
Yeah.
So, I don't even know if I got a bucket, but anyway, it was a lot of fun and a great rewarding experience. It was an amazing show. And
So going back to the work you did in the 50s and 60s and 70s, were you aware you were making history, or were you just doing what you're doing?
Listen, I always chose to be defined by my career. I chose it at an early age. And I was determined to really, when I was a broadcaster for the Giants, then the Jets, it was a great experience for a 26-year-old guy. And sadly, with the Jets, I came the year after they won the Super Bowl. It couldn't have been the Super Bowl. And then that year, Namath got injured in preseason.
Yeah.
And a quarterback from the Midwest, Mike Tolliver, I think he went to Illinois.
Yeah.
He became the quarterback. They did go to the playoffs that year, but they went nowhere. And so, but I always wanted to understand how you run a sports organization. I was determined to do that. And so at some point, when television became preeminent, I was a much better radio play-by-play guy because I want to talk. And you can't, doing television play-by-play, to do a pure play-by-play.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to know about sports organizations. So I went behind the scenes and evolved that I was fortunate enough to be with 4 NBA teams and won a ring and got to start a franchise. So all before I was 30 years of age. And so I was very blessed. I was very lucky, but I was determined. I believe in the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yeah.
And so I always believe that, and I've never stopped working hard.
I mean, you had great success as a young man.
Yeah.
You're having great success as an older man.
As an old man.
You've really...
But I'm spry.
Spry.
No.
Very, very spry.
Faster now, right?
No, not faster.
Let's get Mick in here for a rematch.
No, I walk now.
Rachel, let's do this. We're visiting with the great Barry Mendelsohn here. He's in town. Tomorrow night is the premiere of Spaghetti Wars, and Barry is the producer. Going to take a quick break, come back and talk more with Barry and friends.
Are you looking for a podcast about pro football that doesn't put you to sleep with an avalanche of analytics or insult your fandom with brainless hot takes? Well, hi. I'm Dan Hansis.
And I'm Mark Sessler.
Oh, hi, Mark. And we're the hosts of Heed the Call, the NFL podcast you've been waiting your whole life for.
Heed the Call covers every game, every storyline, everything that matters, and we do it all with a touch of mirth.
Football is fun. Why shouldn't your football podcast be the same?
Follow and listen to Heed the Call NFL podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Herman's Hermits, starring Peter Noon. Something tells me I'm into something good. And the Lovin' Spoonful. Do you believe in magic? Saturday, October 25th at the Family Arena with the Hollies' greatest hits, starring Terry Sylvester. Get tickets now at the Carroll House Furniture box office, located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. Herman's Hermits, starring Peter Noon and the Lovin' Spoonful.
Starship featuring Mickey Thomas. With John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band. Shooting Star. Last chance to believe in yourself. In Missouri. Saturday, November 15th, the Family Arena. Reserve seats on sale now at the Carroll House Furniture box office, located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster.
Tell you guys about Michael's Flooring Outlet, the easiest, simplest live that I do all day, the easiest, simplest live that I've ever done. It's flooring. And when it comes to flooring, like everything else, right? Like recently I've had a bug up my butt looking at drums. I have 3 drum sets. I don't need any drums, but it's exciting to look at drums. And when you look at drums, you have really good companies like DW and Ludwig and Pearl and Yamaha and Sonar. And within those, you can get an entry-level kit. You can get a professional kit that's not a gazillion dollars, or you can get the $10,000, this is the nicest drums that we make in the world. Same way with flooring. You have Shaw and Coronet and Mohawk, and those are your DWs and Ludwigs and Pearls. And within those, you have like a kind of a starter indoor-outdoor kind of carpet. It's great. It's great quality, but it's not what you want in your formal room. Then you have the normal carpeting. This is good enough for anyone in the world. Then you have the luxury, where it's that room that as a kid that your rich friends, like, you couldn't even go in there. You certainly can't take Kool-Aid or pizza. We have it all. We have it at better prices than anyone else because we know what we mark up, and we mark up less. We shake your hand. We look you in the eye. We don't follow you around the store, but we're in the store if you need us. It really is kind of perfect. michaelsflooringoutlet.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Dave Glover Show, weekdays at 1 on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS. Happy Friday to you. Legendary producer, play-by-play man, NBA GM, Barry Mendelson is here. Pete and King are here with him. They are helping him out with Spaghetti Wars, which is shot here in St. Louis, going to premiere tomorrow. Before we get to Spaghetti Wars, I got to talk to you about the NBA.
Yes, sir.
I mean, tell me about that experience.
Well, I was a kid. But my first job was with the Celtics. And it was at a time when UHS stations were coming into being. And UHS stations were non-affiliated with networks, so they had no programming. So sports was perfect for them. because not only was it local, it was a lot of time, a lot of games. So you could fill up your inventory with sports programming. So when I got to the Celtics and worked for Red Auerbach, he looked at me, he said, "Do you know anything about broadcast?" And I said, "Well, I was a play-by-play announcer, and I did like this, that." He said, "Well, you're going to negotiate a new television deal." And so it was a new UHF station in Boston. I think it was Channel 52. And I did the deal. And that started me in learning the knowledge of the broadcast business from behind the scenes, which it was insatiable for me. And then I started to learn more about organizations. And of course, I worked for the Celtics, who won every championship in the 60s, except for Philly. One year Philly won. But the year I was with them, of course, Russell had retired. Bill Russell had retired, and Dave Collins hasn't yet arrived. And we had a center named Henry Finkel, who went to Dayton University. Very nice guy, but very, 7'1" guys who aren't very athletic.
Yeah.
That's him.
Gotcha.
But a very nice guy. And I don't think we won more than 20 games, but and I learned a lot of the business by sitting next to Red.
Wow.
And he wasn't coaching then. So we sit in the stands at every game. And after every game, he wanted Chinese food. And he didn't live in Boston. He lived in Washington, D.C. his entire life. But he lived in a hotel called the Lenox Hotel in Boston. And we would go for Chinese food, win or lose. And I carried the leftovers. That was my job, to carry a leftovers of Chinese food, because he'd eat it for breakfast the next morning. True. And so, but I learned at his side, and I learned the game of basketball.
Yeah.
I was very fortunate because I learned the game of basketball from some great people. Not only Auerbach, but Bob Cousy, Tom Heinsohn, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, who I managed, John Wooden, who I managed, and Pistol Pete Maravich. So I got the best learning experience. So if I sit in the stands, you'd get really pissed at me because I would tell you about trends, what's going on the floor.
Yeah.
I'd say, "Dave, watch that guy. Look what he's doing." And so they always taught me, don't look at the game, look at the player. You want to know how good a player is? Look at the player.
Interesting.
And so I learned from the very best.
You sure
and
did.
And I went from the Celtics, I went to the Lakers. In 1971, they won 33 straight games, were 69-13, and won a world championship with Wilt at center, may he rest in peace. Happy Harrison at power forward, may he rest in peace. Jim McMillan, small forward, may he rest in peace. Jerry West, may he rest in peace. And Gail Goodrich, who I still speak to 10 times a year.
Nice.
And that was a team.
Nice.
And in the true sense of the word, that was a team.
That's great.
And so I got lucky.
Yeah.
And
you keep getting lucky. I've noticed this.
Thank you, Dave. I'm lucky to be here today. Wait a minute. I'm lucky to be vertical.
That's awesome.
But anyway, so, and then what happened is I left the Lakers at the end of the year and managed Jerry West and John Wooden. How better can life be?
Right.
And Jerry and I had a show on another 50,000 watt clear channel station called KFI in LA.
Yeah, sure.
And I had a talk show. And so it was just a lot of fun. I was a kid. I didn't know what I was doing, but no, I think I knew what I was doing sometimes, but I learned everything. I was in charge of all the broadcasts and marketing for the Lakers, the Kings hockey team, and the arena, the Forum. So I got a life experience. That's how I chose to take advantage of those things.
Well, we only have 3 minutes left. Now we talk about everything but Spaghetti Wars.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
talk
SpaghettiWars.com. Please go to SpaghettiWars.com and you can pre-order your spaghetti dinners up to midnight tonight. But anyway, we came to St. Louis. The idea came to us by a gentleman named Pepe Kem, who's a restaurateur for a long time here. And King and I were looking for a cooking show because cooking shows have durability on the air. They last, as you know, by getting tired of watching Ramsey on TV all the time. But the point being is they last because people are interested and they participate. It's participatory. Everybody thinks they can cook. So we were looking for a cooking show, but at the same time, we were looking for something cultural in nature and kind of travel, all the combinations. And Pepe really hit on a good idea. So King and I chose to jump in the deep end, and we developed it in less than a year, which is incredibly quick for broadcast.
Okay.
And we were able to shoot it in 4 days on the Hill. King directed it brilliantly. Believe it or not, we raised all the money here in St. Louis. We have 18 investors, 19 of which 18 are from St. Louis, who believe in the project, but really had rooting interest because we honor the Hill. We shot it all on the Hill. So tomorrow we're premiering the film on a big screen I call it Yogi Berra Park. And I'm not going to stop calling it, but everybody admonishes me, but because I loved Yogi Berra.
Sure.
And so, anyway, we're going to show, we got a lot of entertainment and people can we'll get spaghetti and meatball dinners, which is appropriate. And after the show, and we own it, which is very important in our business. I'm big about owning things. And so we will own it. And then we'll take it to market after we premiere it.
Okay.
And it's a competitive show, and the championship will always come back to St. Louis. It's like a Final Four concept, but it'll always return here every year. The two championship families that are competing. So everybody come out tomorrow night, and I'll be the little guy walking around a little bit. But you'll get to have a good evening. And my lawyer and partner is playing tomorrow night. Dave, you want to join us?
Join us. And so is my cousin Neil after that. So you got.
But we have, and so we're looking forward, and that kind of puts a capstone on what we're doing in St. Louis. And all of this has been done in 1 year, which is incredible in our business, as you know.
Yes.
And so we're very proud of what we did. I'm very proud of my director because he was magnificent with only 4 days to do it.
Wow.
And we had a crew of 70, a lot of good people from St. Louis. And the last thing that was important to us were those state film tax credits, which gave us the momentum to come here and do this thing. Without it, I would be hard pressed to do it.
Yeah, we need to acknowledge the St. Louis Film Office, Kelly Hyatt and her team, and the Missouri Film Office, Andrea Sporsic-Klund and her team. They are amazing for what they're doing for the broadcast, really the production community, the film community here in town. It's remarkable.
King, Pete, pleasure to meet you. Very privileged.
Thank you.
Dave,
thank you.
Delighted to have me on your show, and same to everyone here. It's really an emotional experience for me. I never thought I'd get in the studios of KMOX. But
you're part of the family now, brother.
I'm proud to be here. So I'll be delighted to come back anytime and talk about the career. But anyway, come out to Berra Park tomorrow night, have some spaghetti meatballs, and see a great 59-minute film. Thank you.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, I got a couple of crashes on the highways this Friday afternoon. I'm looking at the one right now. It's westbound Highway 70 at 94, right past the 94 exit. The two left lanes are blocked, so traffic's backed up. Well, it's backed up 270 at Earth City and then 5th Street to 94, so it may have something that looks like at Earth City as well. There was an earlier crash. I think they cleared it to the shoulder, but delays at a couple of spots there. Southbound 170 are jammed from the Parkway down to 64. Westbound 64 Kings Highway out through Bellevue's kind of busy. It looks good in the valley. Stop-and-go pockets, so 364 out to 70. North and South 270 between Olive and Point South of Manchester is pretty busy. The southbound delays begin at 364, and then the southbound again is busy, 44 to Gravois. Just a little slow at Bates, southbound 55. But the other crash I've been talking about, or just talked about a moment ago, southbound 55 north of Z with lane blockage. Traffic's jammed about midway back to M because of that one. Roadwork jam on westbound 5570. Approaching 158, there's roadwork going on between there and Highway 50, so it's bumper to bumper westbound at that point as well. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. I mean, mop drop.
Swift for power mop. Swift for power mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
So if you or someone in your family needs eye care, anything from the basic, my prescription is 12 months old and it's stale and I can't get a place to give me glasses with my prescription in it, to I'm interested in the LASIK procedure, tired of wearing glasses and contacts, to people my age and older. Last time I went to see Dr. Birdie at ophthalmology, he said you have baby cataracts. So you're probably looking at 15 years until you need something to do with it. But if you've noticed your vision just being a little bit blurry and you're, 60 or older, check that out. Great people just up and down the hallway. Everyone's so nice. Everyone's so professional. Not going to cost you any more, but you're going to get medical doctors taking a look at you and your kids and your eye health. 314-966-5000, or you can make an appointment online at youridoc.com.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Want immediate cash for your home or see what your home is really worth in today's market? Find out for free from the local experts, my friends Mark and Neil Gelman of eXp Realty. Check out thegelmanteam.com today. That's thegelmanteam.com.
In the fight against Alzheimer's, now matters more than ever because now we have new treatments that could change everything. This is Megan Lynch. Join me Saturday, October 25th at the Chesterfield Amphitheater for the St. Louis Walk to End Alzheimer's. It's the region's largest fundraiser to fight dementia and support those living with the disease, because now is the time for action. You can join in the fight by registering for the walk at alz.org/walk. That's alz.org/walk.
The countdown to kickoff starts here. Friday's focus on Mizzou, the Chiefs, and the NFL, only on KMOX. KMOX. The Dave Glover Show on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Friday. 3:35 is Dave Murray time, brought to you by the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk. Hello, Dave.
Hello there. I want to just say how great Andrew and Rachel are. We had some communication problems, and we truly just got up, Andrew, 10 seconds ago, 15 seconds.
Seconds, literally matter of seconds.
Yes. We didn't give up. We never gave up.
They're the best.
Never give up.
Well, thank you, Dave.
Never give up, never
That's very
surrender.
kind.
Whew, teamwork.
I thought you were going to say what a great interview with Barry Mendelsohn that was. Did you get to hear that?
I didn't hear any of that because I
Oh,
just
man.
got into the system.
Wasn't that great, guys?
That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
really
I love when we
nice.
get to do stuff like that and just keep somebody for like a half hour
Yeah.
and just hear about what they've done
Yeah.
and how they did it.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Especially someone like that who's had such a prolific career in sports and entertainment, since 1955, literally, and still such a cool guy. And he was really emotional about the fact that, Dave, when Barry was a young man in 1955, he used to listen to Cardinals games in his bedroom with the covers over his head in Rochester, New York.
How about that?
So he
That's
said
awesome.
it was a really big deal for him to be in the KMOX studio.
Yeah, that's always a good deal.
Yeah, really fun.
I especially like the background behind you when the cleaning folks are emptying trash cans and stuff like
Yes.
that. It's
that's
really
always
nice.
that's always my favorite too.
You know, it's funny you bring that up. So when I first got to KMOX almost 5 years ago now, the you can see behind me, if you're watching on the stream, is the newsroom. And a lot of times they will be doing broadcasts from their desk. And the first time I was talking while they were doing it, I was just mortified. I apologized profusely. And they said, no, we love that. We love the feeling of a busy newsroom. So they like voices behind them and typewriters, whatever it is. I thought it's kind of neat.
It's when Fred walks behind you and he's naked.
Yeah. Yeah, you just had an effect.
I don't know why I said
He's
that.
naked a
That sounded
lot.
right.
He's naked a lot. They didn't tell us that that would be happening when we moved over here, but like it's like he's naked a lot.
Wow.
Fred is here whenever I get here, and he's still here whenever I leave. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
You work too much, man.
I know. Dave's still going to warm up over the weekend?
Yeah. It's nothing weird as far as heat is concerned, but it's above average for this point. The middle of October. Talking in the 70s tomorrow afternoon, but the actual high may just touch 81 degrees. 55 Saturday night, clear skies. Sunday sunny, trying to reach up to about 84. Sunday night 58. Monday. Columbus Day is Monday, sunny and in the 70s to near 80. It looks like another cool front. We were talking about two fronts coming by. One came through this morning, probably Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. But exactly what it's going to do is a little fuzzy.
Dave, Victor online asking if you keep up with any of your old Channel 2 folks or even Channel 5. You still talk to people in St. Louis?
Yeah. Chris Higgins and I stay in touch. Martin Kilcoyne and I stay in touch. Martin calls quite a bit. Usually when he's having contract troubles. I should become his agent. Mandy and Sandy's, who obviously she's retired, but I talk to Sandy from time to time. That's about it, I think.
Anyone from your old Good Morning America days?
Just my producer. Most of us from those days, some aren't even here anymore.
Yeah, you were kind of the whippersnapper.
Yeah, I was. I actually was. And when you really look back on it, I've got a picture of like our 9th anniversary or something like that. And I look at that picture and I go, okay, that person's not here. I mean, you can really go through the picture of everybody and nobody in that picture is with the show anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody. And I would say probably 40% have passed away.
Yeah. Yeah, weird. So my mom lived within a month of her 97th birthday, and she used to complain a lot, which I was very sensitive to. But since she passed, I really thought about it, and I really get it. She would say, everyone's dead. Like your dad's family's dead. My family's dead. I'm the last one. All of our friends from the neighborhood's dead. I don't know any neighbors. Like, that's a real thing.
It's a big thing. My dad said that. He was just not only, friends from his past, they'd all passed away. Friends that he had made in retirement, they had all passed away. People in in his facility where he was living, everybody he knew had passed away. He was truly the last one standing. And he said, you can't really think about it. He said, just happens. We all die at some point. And he said, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah. Headlines, Rach?
Headlines is brought to you by Schnucks. Reward yourself daily with the Schnucks Rewards app. So OpenAI released their text-to-video tool, Sora. I think earlier this week, might have been late last week. Sorry, I'm getting my time frames all mixed up. But okay, it was this week. They have surged past 1 million downloads in just 5 days. The app creates realistic videos from text prompts, and that comes with some good things and some bad things that we talk about quite a bit on the show. But yeah, this is more popular and spreading faster than it has in the past. So buckle up, guys.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I don't like the AI stuff.
Some of those Sora videos are really convincing.
Yeah.
They fool me.
Oh, you see them all the time. They're all over Facebook too now. If you ever go on there, half the videos you see are fake. I'm seeing all these videos for some reason that's like a giant bear is running up a yard chasing down two little kids, and like the family dog will. It's super fake, and it looks fake because the bear like jumps up in the air and does weird things. But like, why? Why are we trying to fool people? That's why I keep saying it. But all AI should have to be labeled AI. It should that should be a law by now that it has to be labeled as AI.
So they've been making a lot of AI videos of Robin Williams, and this has been going viral. Well, his daughter Zelda has come out and asked people to please stop doing this. Stop creating these kind of videos. Stop sharing these kind of videos. She called them horrible TikTok slop. But she spoke out against AI mimicking the voices or likeness of actors who can't consent, like her dad, who is no longer with us. He's been gone since 2014. Definitely never put his stamp of approval on having his voice and his likeness being used for just whatever people want.
So tell me, what are they sending?
They're just creating videos, AI videos of Robin Williams.
But not to be mean,
I'm sure
their heart's in the right place.
I'm sure some of it is mean. I mean, it kind of doesn't matter where your heart is when you are using someone's image without their consent.
Yeah.
And it's bothering his daughter. And I mean, that's all I really need to know is like, okay, yeah, we shouldn't be doing this. This is really crazy that this is happening.
Why is it taking so long for people in Congress to realize that they need to put some legislation out there that not reins it in, just makes it be labeled? Like if you have to have a watermark on the screen that says this is AI. Some way, like how hard is that? And what's the negative side to that?
Well, there is watermarks on the AI video, especially the Sora videos. There's a few different.
No, but some of them are not doing that. There are others that are being put out there with the idea that they're trying to fool people. I mean, it should be against the law to intentionally try to fool people into thinking something that's fake is real.
Well, as usual, Congress is behind the technology. I'm sure they will start to figure it out once it starts to hurt them.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to wait and see. Let's see here. Kiss rocker Gene Simmons is recovering after crashing his SUV. He fainted while driving along the Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu. Crashed his SUV into a parked car. Was evaluated at a hospital before being released. But yeah, this is scary stuff. He's 76 years old. His SUV crossed several lanes before hitting the parked car along the highway. Glad he's okay.
Yeah, sort of like Bob Plager.
Let's see. We'll do one more story, but we're running out of time here. PepsiCo is fresh off of a strong third quarter, and they say their new products are soon going to boost even more customer demand. They're releasing things like protein-infused Starbucks coffee, low-sugar Gatorade, and Doritos with all-natural ingredients. So they're hoping these new products continue to, kind of.
Will they still stain my fingers?
Probably.
If not, it isn't worth it.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate it.
Have a great weekend, guys.
You too, Lombardo Homes, Rach.
Yeah, I want to tell you guys about the Village at Twin Creeks in Cottleville. Lombardo Homes is going to celebrate their grand opening next Saturday, October 18th. This is a really cool community. It's an exclusive community. They have just 9 home sites available, estate-sized home sites. Floor plans ranging from 2,600 to 4,000 square feet in a prime location, walking distance to Main Street, Cottleville. Easy access, located west of Highway N and north off St. Charles Street. Visit lombardohomes.com for details on this grand opening and check out their available home sites.
So you can literally do anything that you can think of with Lombardo Homes. You can choose one of their spec homes. It's already built. You can say, yep, this is exactly what I want, but I want to change this and XYZ. You can, maybe you inherited some land and you want to build there. They'll build on your land. Or maybe you know what you want, but you just don't know how to find it. You want, 10 acres out on Double D, enough to have some horses. They love doing that. You can put a 2,000 square foot home on 10 acres or a 10,000 square foot home on 2 acres. Just go to lombardohomes.com.
Traffic from the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
Well, they're still working with this crash on westbound Highway 70 at 94 just past the exit. Westbound 70 to leave the city, Kings Highway out through Jennings Station's heavy. Then it's stop and go pretty much from 270 out to that 94 crash. There's still some slow stuff west of there in spots from K out through A to Z is pretty solid in Wentzville right now. Westbound Highway 64 bunches up every once in a while. Kings Highway headed out through McCausland. There's slow stuff, Top Gulf through a long road in the valley, and it's stop and go from 364 the entire way out to 70. South 270, Page down through 64, North 270, Manchester up through Olive is busy. The southbound side still slow, 44 to Gravois. Southbound 55, Gasconade, Bates, North 55 at Loughborough is a little busy. We are jammed on southbound 55 from Highway M. That crash north of Z with lane blockage and injuries is the culprit. Northbound 55 slow at 67, and westbound 64 jams from Reeder Road through 158 due to roadwork just west of there. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
KMOX proudly supports the Mutual Awards, returning to Stiefel Theater Saturday, November 22nd. You can be in the audience for this nationally televised event, hosted right here in St. Louis. Named for Stan the Man, the show celebrates the year's greatest moments of sportsmanship and those who embody class and character. Experience the extraordinary moments and people that make the Mutual Awards an event like no other. For more information, KMOX.com/events.
Want to build income without a second job? Learn how real estate investing can help you create extra income one step at a time with Lifestyles Unlimited. Text radio to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Hey, it's Tom Ackerman, Underdog, the best place to get in on all the action during football season. Football season is in full swing, and that means Underdog is alive and well. You can select entries, and you can win money right now in Missouri. You just choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats. Or maybe they aren't your favorite players, but you just think that they're going to go higher or lower on a certain number, whether it's touchdowns, receptions, rushing yards, receiving yards, etc. They have all kinds of entries. You get them right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. It's Underdog. Download the app and use promo code TOM. Sign up with promo code TOM to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code TOM. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Welcome back, guys. DGS. Happy Friday. Hope you all have a great weekend. I was thinking about it last night. It's kind of a stupid thought. It's definitely a very Pollyannish thought after the history of our species. But isn't it a weird thing that we have to fear each other? Right? Like, I get fearing hurricanes and bears and, piranha. But, you shouldn't fear your own species.
That's like the number one thing I am afraid of.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of volcanoes or hurricanes
or
bears at all.
Yeah.
Doesn't scare me in the slightest.
Yeah, it just hit me how strange that is.
It is extremely strange. That's a great point. I don't know how much other animals deal with that. I don't think cows are like super scared of other cows. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there you will have clashes, but it's never just random.
Between cows?
No, I'm just talking about animals, like, lions, I'm sure. They'll compete for food or whatever, and it can be aggressive, but it's never for no reason. And it's never just because. But we've seen it, the groups. What was the one? There was a story about the were they chimps or were they orangutan? Something. There was something about how they would pick on certain individuals in this one troop of monkeys or some form of primate.
I think
can't
the
remember.
chimps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like really nasty and mean,
Yes.
but it would only be occasional and it would be like one dude. But again, it's not like us. Of course, there's 8 billion of us.
But
so.
isn't it interesting that, and I'm talking out my ass here, but the closer you get to humans,
the more you get that,
the more jerky they are.
Do you think great whites attack great whites?
I'm going to guess no.
I would think not. I think not.
Yeah, the more someone has fingers, the meaner they are. Do you guys see that our buddy wannabe Governor Porter, now all these videos are coming out? We played the one for you.
Katie Porter?
Yeah. Now there's just there's dozens of them
Oh,
out
of
there.
her losing her crap?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen those.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
she doesn't seem very nice.
She does not.
I mean, if there's more than one that's like that, that's not a great sign.
Oh, there are worse ones.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Like throwing the F-bomb at the people who work for her.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
And just generally snapping on people. There's also her ex-husband or soon-to-be ex-husband. I'm not sure what's going on with their divorce, but has made quite a few allegations that she was verbally abusive. He alleges that she poured steaming hot mashed potatoes over his head once during an argument.
Totally see it.
You could really hurt somebody by doing that.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you kind of just get a sense of a person, right? I mean, again, like I said, I don't want to be judged on my worst moment. No one does. But sometimes when you see a bad moment, you go, oh.
Yeah, but when your worst moment is in a planned interview that you knew was coming about topics you knew would be out there, that's not okay. Like, it's one thing if you don't think you're on camera and you're having a bad day and you snap at a person and then you apologize. That's a different thing than, you knew this was what this was.
I was really taken aback, but because I keep clicking on articles about this and seeing the comments people are making on social media and such, and there is a not small group of people who, I don't know if they didn't watch the CBS interview clip, but they're like, good for her. She shouldn't have to take that crap. She's controlling the narrative.
Duh.
Thankfully, more people are pushing back and saying like, yeah, this isn't acceptable. What are you talking about? But it's weird that so many people are cool with it.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
I once met a guy who said his retirement plan was winning the lottery. I said, buddy, that's not a strategy. That's a sitcom episode. I'm Gary Goldberg, and after 37 years in financial strategies, I can promise you this. Real planning works a whole lot better than lucky numbers. At Financial and Tax Strategies, I'll help you retire younger, richer, and with less anxiety. Tune in to Wealth and Wisdom with Gary Goldberg every Saturday morning at 7 here on KMOX.
Is your home